Well, hello there, and welcome. Hey, almost missed that one. Welcome to today's stream. I hope you guys are all doing absolutely wonderful. I am so excited to stream. I've been wanting to stream for a very long time. My hair looks like an absolute mess. It wasn't a mess like a little while ago. I put the sweatshirt on and I look like I just rolled out of bed. Sweatshirts can be difficult to put on. Am I right? I've always struggled my whole life. The daunting task of putting on a sweatshirt has always been a stumbling block for me actually wearing a sweatshirt. It's like, I have an enormous head, and this may be that one time that I get the sweatshirt halfway over my head and I can't get it off, and I am just stuck like that for the rest of my life. These are the struggles. These are the struggles that I've had in my life. But welcome everybody. I hope you are doing wonderful. My hair is such a mess. Oh, it's even worse now. Oh my gosh, it's so much worse than it was. Oh well, I don't care. Anyway, guys, welcome to the stream. Oh, it's funny. Anyway, guys, I have an enormous head. I don't know if you guys know. But it is absolutely enormous, and it has been a bane of my existence. Very few hats fit me. My Mandalorian helmet back there doesn't fit me. That's right. It's the saddest moment of my life, just realizing that didn't fit. But yeah, welcome guys. I hope you are all doing absolutely wonderful. Hey Scar, love from India. Well, Katie, welcome to the stream. It's good to have you. I love it when people from all over the world say where they're from. But tell me, everybody, where are y'all from? I love seeing it. Actually, I have something to tell you. Speaking of like the world demographics, I just want to point out that there is not a single
X1000. Excited for a Scar stream today. GTWS Jelly Love Magnon Love GTWS Jelly Love.
I don't know. Thank you so much for the bits. Very much appreciated. All right. So I just want to point out there is not a single hot guy in Louisiana. Not one sweatshirt has been sold in Louisiana. The only state in the entire United States that has bought a hot guy sweatshirt. So I'm just saying, there's no hot guys in Louisiana. What can I say? My hair is really bothering me, by the way. It's just like a mess today. I don't know. It's uncontrollable. I guess that's just the way it's going to be. That is just the way it's going to be. Get a brush. I you know, at that level, I don't care enough. I care enough to go like this. And then if I need to get a brush, then that's beyond my level of care. That is beyond it. But yeah, welcome everybody. Hope you are all doing wonderful. I know Louisiana. Come on, Louisiana. Come on. I mean, there's a hot guy sweatshirt sold in South Korea. I mean, I thought that was really cool. The Philippines, Thailand, and like there's a lot of hot guys in Sweden of all places. I think there was like 30 of them in there. I was like, dang, Sweden, good old homeland. There is a link for the merch in the description of the stream, and I bet one of our super cool, awesome, amazing mods are gonna go in the chat. There it is. Christmas came in to save the day. There we go. Now my headphones won't stay on my head. Oh my gosh, I am a disaster today, and that is fine. Today's gonna be a fun, chill stream. We're gonna talk about Andor. I'm gonna talk about that new Pixar trailer. It's gonna be great. Greetings from the Netherlands, Sweden King. But yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome. And Wales. You know, I have some ancient relatives from Wales. All right, let me check them in the chat here. Palm Tree Dude, thank you so much for the 5-month resubscription. Very much appreciated, my friend. And Explosive Button, thank you for the 9-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. And Non-Binary Mermaid, thank you so much for the 16-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. Let's see, Soren Leaf, thank you for the 3-month resubscription. Let's see, Star95, thank you for the 21-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. So thank you for the brand new subscription, and welcome aboard the Starship Good Times. It is great to have you. And Geeky Squoodu, Oh, you know me mispronouncing names. People come from far and wide to hear me mispronounce their names. Thank you so much for the 3-month resubscription. Very, very much appreciated. And the Jellycat coming in at 63-month resubscription. Very, very much appreciated, Jellycat, with a whole lot of Jellycats at that. Very, very much appreciated. And a Wild Madden coming in at 82-month resubscription. That is wild, man. I hope you are doing well. I hope the family is doing well. Well, yeah, thank you so much for 82-month resubscription. I always say this. When I started the Discord, Madden was the only one who talked. Every morning she was like, "Good morning, everybody," and there was like 2 people in the Discord. I was like, that's always funny. You're always in there just trying to like get everybody excited. I love it. I love it. That was so long ago. What, like 2014, 2015? Very, very much appreciated. Let's see. Boss Monster coming in at 21, 20. I cut you off a month. You have 21 months, not 20. Glee 44405. Thank you for the 9-month resubscription. Very much appreciated. Very, very, very much. Very much. Let's see. Let me check on the chat here. How you guys doing? By the way, I missed some of it when you guys said where you were at. I missed some of it. I missed it. Can you do it one more time? Can you do it one more time? Very tired, Orange. Oh, I'm sorry. I feel you on that one. Not good enough with not enough tea. Can we get some tea in here? Can we get some tea? The Czech Republic. Ooh, I saw that. Australia. I like Australia, but I'm scared of Australia. Australia's very scary. There's many snakes there that scare me. There we go. There's a Sweden. New Zealand. I saw that one go by. And Saudi Arabia. Oh, wow. South Africa, Belgium, Norway. Oh, I love it. Brazil. Oh, my eyes are watering. Why are my eyes watering? Let's see. Canada. Sweet. I'm banned in Canada. Yeah, they can't take a hot guy there. Ban me out. New Zealand. Oh, I'd love to go to New Zealand. Oh, I want to go to New Zealand. Yorkshire, like a Yorkshire pudding. I love it. Texas, nice. Sweden, Belgium, Finland. Wow, I just love it how everybody's from some far off place. It makes me want to travel. Scotland, Germany. Why is my eyes watering? Oh my gosh, I'm a disaster today. Arkansas seems like a far off place to me. I'm so far on the other side of the country. Russia, Germany, Georgia, Mexico. Nice. That's the first time I saw Mexico go by. Nice. Italy. Ooh, I would like to go to Italy. Ooh, that'd be fun. Let's see. Ain't named nobody. Thank you for the 10 gifted subscriptions to the community. Very much a generate. Wow, I really butchered that word. Thank you so much. That is very generous of you and very much appreciated. In Washington State, my hometown. All right, there we go. We will start on that one. My good old hometown. Love it. All right. As you guys know, I am your favorite deputy. And I am all alone on Empires, by the way. So I could do whatever I want. I could call Timmy a toy, which I would never do. Or I could call the 9-foot god and 9-inch god. You know, I could do whatever I want. I'm a free man. I could do whatever I want. I could go find that broomstick and ride around on it. That would be actually something I would quite enjoy. It looks like Cub's been here.
Krasos and Bit attacked. X500. Lost access to my account of 28-month sub, so I am resubbing. We'll get back there one day. Back on that grind.
Back onto that grind. Well, welcome. Thank you so much for the support. Very much appreciated. Very, very much appreciated. Good to see you today. All right, let's go fly over to Hermitopia. Okay, so I came up with this idea. After the where was I there? For a moment, I was in some other dimension going through that portal. Wow, this place is a mess. This is Cub's doing. Cub got himself into some shenanigans. Now he's spreading things around. Anyway,
attacked. X500 was trying to figure out how to get the TTS to work. Hello from Israel, Scar.
Oh, hello from Israel. Oh, I didn't see that one go by on the list. That's awesome. Hello there. Welcome to the stream. Good to have you. It's like, okay, this might sound weird, but it's like when I watch the chat, it's like collecting like Pokemon cards. I'm like, ooh, that's a country I haven't seen before. Ooh, that's a country that I haven't seen before. I have so many things I want to tell you guys. Now I'm just trying to figure out which ones to say. Let's see. I'm trying to think. There's so many things I was going to tell you. My brain is just went. What was I going to tell you? It was something. I was going to tell you something. It was going to be important. It was an important statement. But what was it? We may never know. Anyway, we've got stuff to fix. we got stuff to fix. So we got a problem here, and that's inside my farm. And one, if we pop up. Okay, this is really inefficient, by the way. Is there one of the many things we're going to fix today that is broken? I have no scaffolding material, so we're going to scaffold with that. Anyway, we need to fill these things up. So we need to fill these up because this farm only works if there is no empty slots inside of these. And obviously, there is an empty slot. Now, there is a problem that I realized because in today's episode of, or stream that is, I was going to build all of the honey that is dripping out of this canister and falling down to the water stream. So all those honey bottles and all of the honeycomb fall out of this little hole right here, and they land down in that water stream that then goes into the storage system. Problem is that I have been dealing with some terrible connection issues on the server, and I haven't been able to be on the server until I fixed it yesterday. So from Thursday till late yesterday, I wasn't able to get on. So I was thinking, oh, sweet, I'm gonna have so many honey blocks. It's gonna be amazing. And then I realized I never set up the filter system. So they just go in here and despawn. So we have actually 0 honey blocks to our name. Was that a diamond block that just went by? I swear I saw there's a random diamond block go by. It's gone now. It's gone now. Some random wool. Anyway, so yeah, no honey and no honeycomb because it is all despawned. So a couple days worth of potential farming has all been ruined because apparently Mojang's authentication servers have been down, but only down for people in the Pacific Northwest, which, so yeah, a little bit of a bummer there, a little bit of a bummer, but we're finally back up. I had to do some extreme lengths to actually get onto the server. So this is what I had to do. Okay, so first I had to set up, I had to figure out how to do this, right? I set my VPN to, I think it was like Seattle. It didn't work. And then I'm like, okay. And then I set it to Phoenix, and then that worked, but that also messed it up because it had to like travel then to Europe because the server's based in Europe. But then the best one I could find was setting the server to Los Angeles. So by setting it to Los Angeles, I was able to connect via the authentication servers, and then I would disconnect it. And then I would have to disconnect the VPN once I had cleared the, I'm gonna sneeze. I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my gosh, this is bad. Woo, woo. All right, I'm good. And then I would have to disconnect it and then log in. And that's the way I was able to get on. It was absolutely terrible. So you see those honey houses that are all full? That's because those bottles are messed up. So first step today, before we get to anything, we need to actually get some honey bottles so that we can set the filters up. And so we're going to go get some glass. And while we do that, let's make sure our inventory is nice. There we go. Did you watch Artemis? That's right. Artemis finally took off. You know, it's been a topic around here for years on end. My disdain of SLS and its craziness, but it was so nice to finally see the crazy rocket finally take off and head off to the moon, which was really, really cool. And it was quite a sight. A shame it wasn't daytime. Shame it wasn't day. I think that would have been really cool, but I'll take it. It was quite the show. It was quite the show. It's a big boy. It's a powerful rocket, especially that top view when it started shaking and it was like, ooh, this is pretty cool. This is pretty cool. So yeah, super excited to see that finally take off. You can tell like in the launch director's voice, it's kind of like shaky a little bit when they were like giving the poll like to the launch team. You could tell like, man, there was some nerves there because boy, it seemed like everything wanted to break right at the last minute. Ethernet cables, the red team having to go out to the pad to crank a bolt. Could you imagine that, right? You're going next to something that is like, if it exploded, it'd be probably one of the largest explosions known to mankind, and outside of like a nuclear blast, and you're out there just banging on it with a wrench. You're like, and for people who've been around rockets, they always say this. They always say, why is Jimmy staring at me? They always say this: when you're around a rocket, it feels as if it's alive. Like you can really feel like the breathing of the end of the rocket, right? Because it's fully fueled, so it's venting off gas. It must be quite the sight of seeing this thing creaking and groaning, right? Because it's expanding, and it must be just incredible to be around it, but also slightly terrifying. Because I know that was the big thing with the shuttle, right? Because the shuttle was pretty big, right? The big fuel tanks, the solid rocket boosters and stuff, and then the actual orbiter. And when they would get to the pad, the astronauts, they would always say this. They would always say, it's alive. Because before, right, the rocket, or not rocket, but the shuttle, you know, it's just kind of static. The engines, the fuel tank, the external boosters and all that stuff, everything's very static. But on game day, it's just groaning and creaking and breathing, and it's like, whoo, this thing's alive. This thing's alive. But anyway, it was very exciting to see it finally take off. I've given it a lot of grief, so I was very happy to see it take off finally. I still, even though I'm super excited about Artemis, I'm super excited about, I don't take back any of the problems that I have with SLS. But it was nice to see it take off. It was nice to see it take off. The launch tower apparently is broken. I mean, they spent $1 billion in 10 years building it. You'd think it probably wouldn't have broke, but it broke. FC, thank you so much for the 57-month resubscription. Very, very much appreciated. How are things? They're going, FC. They're going. I hope you were doing well. But yeah, it's exciting to see the rocket going. It's nice that NASA has shared finally some like pictures from their higher quality cameras, because when I heard that their cameras they were sharing during, you know, the burns and stuff like that, those were GoPro 4s. I have a GoPro 4. It's not all that great. So I was glad that they finally shared some higher resolution photos and stuff. So that was really exciting. But apparently tomorrow it's going to do its first flyby. I think it's too early for me, but I'll have to watch the replay. But that's super exciting to see the first flyby. I didn't know Artemis was also stainless steel. Or like, I don't even know if it's stainless steel, but that like metally color. I thought that was kind of cool. That's like a homage to Apollo. $1 billion over 10 years. Yeah, they could have got a better camera. I'll buy him a better GoPro.
Worldwide make Nebit attacked. X500. Hi King. I'm going to watch the entirety of Hermitcraft. So far I have watched 656 episodes and I only scratched.
You only scratched the surface. I plan to watch every point of view for every season. This is going to take a while. That will take a while. Hope you and Jelly are having a good day. Dude, what? That's amazing. Every perspective. Wow. That is a daunting task. I would love to know like the statistics on that. That's crazy. But yeah, thank you for saying King. I know most people don't recognize me as being the Prime Hermit here, as I am the first Hermit of Hermageddon. And this is my throne. It's a nice throne. I repurposed it. It used to be a jail. But yeah, it's my spot. Prime Hermit, yep. Anyway, so I think Artemis is gonna be doing its mission until early December, I think. It was early December. might have to go to my villagers over at Tumbletown to get more glass. We need a lot of bottles. We need a lot of bottles. We need many bottles. We need all the bottles. But anyway, it was very exciting to see it. It gets me even more excited for the day that we finally get to see Starship take off. The thought. Okay, so I was watching. A breakdown of like the current progress at Boca Chica, Texas, and they showed the integration tower at Boca Chica after the 14 engine static fire, and it like stripped off like the first like layer of the concrete on the bottom like structure of the tower. Like I am just like, whoo! Is Artemis manned? No, not for a few years. This is a test mission. A test mission. And so it stripped off like the first like layer of the concrete, and then took those pieces of concrete and just blasted them out like shrapnel. And those engines weren't even at full power. Those engines weren't at full power. They only used 14. There's 32, I think. 32? I know they always change it. One time it was like 28, then it was 30, then it was 36, and then it was 32. Maybe somebody could correct me. I forgot which number they're currently on. That was only 14 static. Like when we see a 30, I'm just gonna say 32 engine because I'm not entirely sure, but I think it's 32. When we see a 32 engine firing, I can't even imagine the sight. It's now 33. I mean, it's changed so many times. Like I can't keep up on the number. I assume that even once they're fully operational, they'll probably adjust like how many engines they need. I think there was even a rumor, right, at one point that ship was gonna get, because it has 3 Raptors and 3 vacuum engines, I think. And I think they were saying there were potentially room to add more vacuum engines at one point. I don't know. I don't think we've seen any rumors to that effect since then. But anyway, when they do take that off, oh man, it is gonna be a sight. That's the rocket launch that I want to see the most. I want to see Starship take off. I've never seen a rocket take off. I've been in the proximity of a shuttle, but never saw it. I was a young fellow. I was 3. But I really want to see. I really want to see Starship take off. I've been watching its development since 2016. Because way back then they would do a conference at some space expo conference, and they would just show like, I think it was called at one point the interplanetary ship. I think it was called that at one point. It was called like the interplanetary something or other, and then it changed to BFR at one point. It was called that. Then it was switched. Do you remember BFR? I mean, some of the longtime space fans remember that.
What do you think will be key to more frequent space flight in the future? Better rockets, a space elevator, or something else?
I know like people talk about the space elevator all the time. The space elevator is probably far out. It's probably not within our time or even the next generation. Do I see that becoming a reality at some point? I actually do. There is science behind it becoming a reality at some point, but maybe 100, 200 years in the future. As for rockets, of course, like the cost of travel is diminishing faster than any other form of transportation. And that's like the invent of the steamship to the airplane, the automobile. The amount of money that's coming down rapidly and the innovation in that space is actually astounding right now. So I do see in the very, very near future that it'll just continue to become more of a normal thing, like space travel. You'll see more and more people going to space. You'll see way more research, so much more science and engineering, which is going to be absolutely fantastic. I don't get too fussed over all the tourism things. I mean, that's fine if they want to do that. I'm more focused on exploration and science and like pushing actual technology. But yeah, I get so excited because I haven't watched a lot of stuff at Boca Chica for a while, but I recently got caught back up, and I was just shocked by just some of the stuff. Is so cool what they've achieved in such a short amount of time, and it's just an engineering achievement to all the engineers and scientists who've made that a reality there, which is just incredible. The one of the things they're doing, because they don't have enough like places for people to live, because it is literally in nowhere land. They have these. This is hilarious. They actually have. Oh wow, that's only one dispenser. Oh, we're gonna need so much more. We're gonna need so much more. We're gonna need so much more, my friends. We're gonna need so much more glass. They're using these little hovercraft to transport people from South Padre Island to Boca Chica, because otherwise, like, it's like an hour or more trip with no traffic back and forth between there. So now they just decided, hey, we can use a hovercraft. It doesn't damage the environment, as it just kind of like hovers right over. So there's, well, hello there. So it can just like fly right over the marshes and stuff like that. Can you imagine going to work on a hovercraft? Going and building the next generation spacecraft, and you're like on a hovercraft? It's like, yeah, it's cool. I love it.
Embergrave bit attacked. X10000. Hi, Scar. I grew up watching Top Gun and I just watched the new one. It was great. Definitely worth a watch.
Embergrave, that is a very, 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 very generous bit attack. I very much appreciate that. I'm a dodging. I'm a weeging all those bits. All those bits are coming in. That's beyond generous. So I thank you so much for that. Very much appreciated. Grew up watching Top Gun and just watched the new one. Oh, that's awesome. I have not seen the new one yet. But yeah, I know I grew up too watching that with my brother. We were always transfixed by the planes. I mean, the story is so goofy. Like, it's so goofy. But there's probably no better like demonstration of like cool aeronautics. I mean, you could probably tell that I love aeronautics. That's why we talk about space, planes all the time. Like, I absolutely love it. What was I here for? Oh, that's right. Oh, I've got a ton of glass. This is Jimmy's glass. I gave that to Jimmy. I'm not going to use that. But yeah, once again, thank you so much for that bid attack. That's very much appreciated. Which door has the emeralds in it? I think this one. But yeah, I gotta watch the new Top Gun. I've got to get to it at some point. Now, question for people who have seen the new Top Gun: is there a lot of sweating similar to the first one? Is there a lot of sweat? Go back and watch the original one. You'll see there's just an excess amount of sweating. Just so much sweat. They cut down on the sweat. It was actually not sweat. It was a spray bottle. It was applied before each shot. Just a. That's what they called 80s tension, to make the film more tension, more suspense. You apply copious amounts of water particles to face to simulate sweat. You think I'm joking, but it's true. Hardly any sweat. That's okay. We still have the original to laugh at. They have AC now. I'm pretty sure they had AC back then. I'm pretty sure they did. On the ship, right? I'm pretty sure on the, I forgot, which ship was it? Which carrier was in the original Top Gun? I'm pretty sure the ship had AC. I'm pretty sure it did. I'll ask my brother. He was on one of them. He was on one of those ships for like 5 years, jumping in the water, saving some goofy pilots who think they can fly their plane but have to eject. I was thinking that my brother, who was a rescue swimmer on an aircraft carrier, so if this happened a lot, apparently, was people just get blasted off the flight deck. So apparently people often get blasted off the flight deck, and then he has to go and like rescue them. Just somebody walking where they shouldn't walk, and a jet blast comes in and just throws them off the side of the plane. He has to go and fish them out of the water. Or there was one time he said, correct me if I'm wrong, for people who know, if you were a fighter pilot, are you only allowed to eject 2 times? Like, after your second ejection, I think you're no longer allowed to fly. Is that right? For experts out there, experts and or Googlers, Experts are Googlers. Because I'm pretty sure it's twice. I think it's twice. Because if it also you by ejecting that many times, there's like a compression on your spine that'll actually shrink you by a tiny bit. And I think after the second ejection, or at least that was what they standardized. At least this was a long time ago, that you can only eject twice. It was the USS Abraham Lincoln used for the shooting of the original Top Gun. Okay, I wasn't sure which one it was. But yeah, I remember he said that, I think this is the story, right? It's been a few years. But this guy he rescued, who was a fighter pilot, he ejected twice. This was his second ejection, and he
attacked. X500. I went to space camp in Alabama a while back, and our first simulated mission was in their new Orion capsule mock-up. It was so cool to see.
It was so cool to see the real thing launch this. Dude, that's awesome. Oh man, I knew when I was a kid, I wanted to go to space camp.
Worldwide make Nebit attack. X500. Hey King. I've done the math. Every POF for every season would 12,026 episode without counting season 9. If
Oh, it always cuts off. Why? Scarvis is like cutting off like sooner than ever. It seems like if every episode is 20 minutes, that means 240,520 minutes, which is 4,000 hours. Oh, you are in for it, my friend. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's crazy. Can you watch more than one at a time? Cut that down a little bit. It was 2 was the limit for our pilots in Air Guard. Oh, that's it. Yeah, I think it is 2. So I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, I think you're right there. It's 2.
Did Dubs have to eject at some point? Is that what made him short?
Oh, that's hilarious. I don't know. Could be. But I remember my brother, I think they were flying. They were flying like outside of the Korean Peninsula. They were doing exercises or something, and
Electra 310-bit attacked. X500. The Desert Bus for Hope Marathon raised 1.1 million last week to put video games in hospitals and shelters. So much more happened.
The Desert Hope Marathon raised 1.1 million last week to provide hospital or video games in hospital and shelters. So much. Oh, dude, that's fantastic. I love that. Oh, that's fantastic. 1.1 million. That is amazing. That is amazing. Oh, I love that so much. Thank you for telling me that. We need some good news around here. I love it. I love it. We need some good news. But yeah, they were doing operations out, like just test operations in the Korean Peninsula, and I remember he got the call. They get suited up. They fly out. He jumps out of the helicopter, and I remember him saying that in his goofy voice, he's like, I just get there, and I'm just like, hey. He swims over to the pilot, and he's in kind of like his little inflatey thing. And apparently the pilot had brought like a candy bar with him, and he was eating the candy bar, and he's like, just watching my career float away. And it's wreckage. There's just wreckage out in the distance where the plane crashed. Just watching my career. Just watching my career float, sink. Just watching it sink. Fixed wing aircraft are my future. That'd be kind of a bummer, right? A little bit, right? You spend all that time, and then you have to eject twice. There's got to be a little bit of like some jokes about that amongst the other fighter pilots. Like, you're a 2 ejector. You're a 2 ejector. You just sunk like $150 million into the ocean in your career. That's a lot. That's a lot to put in the ocean. Oh man. But I guess the guy was pretty chill, mostly. He's just floating. Brother hooks him up, pulls him up into the helicopter. All right. The junk trunk. What was I doing down here? Glass. We need more glass. More glass. I imagine injecting from a helicopter might be a little painful. I don't know if the United States has any current ejections from helicopters. I don't know. I know there was one in development a long time ago, and I think the Russians had one, and like it ejected you to the side, or like there was something that like, because obviously you can't eject upwards into the rotor. I think there were, this is going back, there was like a prototypes for that. It's almost like they had prototypes and they removed it from the shuttle that had ejection seats. There was at one point ejection seats to the shuttle. Can you imagine ejecting from the space shuttle? I'm not sure you would live after that. Oh, that's right. It was a Russian helicopter, right? I mean, it's been a really long time, but it was a really crazy way they ejected out of the side. Yeah. Oh, it blew the rotors off. Yeah, man, it's been a long time since I researched that. It's like barely there. It's like somewhere. I was like, I know it's a Russian helicopter of some kind. I know it's a Russian helicopter of some kind. It's been a long time since I heard that. We need the bottles. More bottles. All the bottles. All the bottles. Need the bottles. Yeah, if you ever had a chance to go on an aircraft carrier, those are, we got to go on it once as a tour. It was quite the experience. Such a marvel of engineering, to be sure. The rest of the shuttle crew would be stuck below and could eject. That is a good question. Was the ejection seats only for the first launch? Like for like the test launch? When were they removed? That's an interesting one. Are aircraft carriers ADA compliant? Absolutely not. That's prior to my illness that I did that. I was pretty young. No, they are the farthest thing from ADA compliant. So many of the doorways, right, have like a foot. Like you got to step over, right? They're like the porthole door thingies. I don't even think you could get one down a hallway in an aircraft carrier, for crying out loud. I mean, maybe you could live on the deck in a tent. You just live in a tent. Just live in a tent. Seems fine. You just live in a tent. But yeah, no, they're not. Yeah, and submarines, no. I loved Everyday Astronaut. Not Everyday Astronaut. Wrong channel. Smarter Every Day. He did that really cool series on a submarine. Submarines are just fascinating the way they work. Just fascinating. Like the way they recirculate air to just so many cool little like engineering things. I love engineering, so you could probably tell. I love good engineering. All right, let's see. How many bottles do we have? Hey, we have no bottles because I didn't craft them. You know what? Never mind. That's a spoiler. Never mind. Let's see. I think the shuttle had ejection seats for the first 4 missions. I'm curious where the ejection seats were for the crew in the lower deck. Unless they didn't, in the first few missions, didn't have the crew down there in that lower section. And just the crew on the upper deck? I don't know. That's a good question. I need to research that. I'm not entirely sure. They did find, tragically, a piece of Challenger the other day, which was sad. These are all being wasted, by the way, until we get this fully set up. We're sending these things to the abyss. Let's see, just the pilot and co-pilots. All right, so just the pilots get to be saved on the shuttle, huh? Scar set up filters. I need to get pieces of material to set the filters up. I don't have any honey bottles. That's why I'm trying to put those in there, and then I'm going to try to catch them. Let's see, Rascal, Q&A Scar. After the Empire's crossover is finished, can you tell us about how the whole thing came to? Wow, I am so good at reading, man. I could be a teacher, right, Rascal? Sit in front of the class and just just butcher some sentences. After the Empire's crossover is finished, can you tell us about how the whole thing came to happen? I did it that time, and I'm very very proud of myself. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Scar, you're my favorite teacher. It's like, hey class, let's learn about Raptor engines today. Scar, this is a geography class. I don't care. That'd be funny. Why are my eyes so watery today? It must be a weird allergy. You know, sometimes you think after spring, we're like, no more allergies. No, not true. Allergies. It's 365 days a year. All right, let's see. Scar, someone set filters for honey products in the system. They're not marked. They're in the corner. Really? I mean, I've been doing this. Well, actually, it did need bottles. So technically, I'm not wasting time. Technically, I'm not wasting time. It did need bottles or it really wasn't going to work. All right. So you said it's in the corner, right? Ow, crash right in the head. Oh, you're right. Look at this. Oh, this is the work of Azuma. This is the work of the masked man, the purple masked man, a legend, a beautiful man. Azuma. These are 16. How did he set that filter up? I was gonna ask you guys when I started streaming how to set up a 16 block filter. Look at that. Can we get some love in the chat for Azuma? All right, let's see which one is it over here. I think we have an excess amount of. So you do 10. Craft honey blocks, 3 bottles. Yeah, we're definitely gonna do that. I would die if you teach. Okay, that's right. All right, this is a math class. We're like, all right, we're all about the numbers and the principal's gone. All right, let's talk about some Disney facts. Let's talk about some Disney facts. So I guess if you just do 10 in here, that creates that filter for a 16. All right then. All right then. All right then. All right. Let's see. We need a few more bottles, and then I know the system will at least work for a little while. It'll at least work for a little while. Disney, let's go. Did you guys see how bad Disney's financial quarter was? It was brutal. It was brutal. Brutal. And you know what? I'm not above a little mockery, and I'm not above telling people how I was right. How many bad decisions have they made recently that I have criticized on this stream and said, that is not going to work. That is going to hurt your customer base. And that customer base is starting to revolt. And it is starting to become evident inside of their financial reports, which is the only thing they'll ever take notice of. Maybe it's not a good idea to take away products and features from your park guests like FastPass, which was free, Magical Express, which was free, taken completely away. The countless things that have been paywalled. It have been paywalled by the park to the point where every time I hear somebody go to the parks now and they relay like, hey, Scar, I went to the parks. I got nickel and diamond and it was super crowded. And it's like, that's not how you want people to enjoy your theme parks. You want people to go to your parks and enjoy the time that they're there and tell the people, their friends and family, like how great of a time they had. That is how Disney has had like free marketing for decades on decades. Now their marketing is anti-marketing. They're literally telling people not to go to the parks anymore. And the best thing you can do if you're tired of Disney nickel and diming you and taking away features like FastPass, Magical Express for people at Disney World, and making park reservations is you just don't go. Just don't go. The only way you can teach these people is vote with your wallet and not actually give them money. And it's just the most aggravating thing. And it's finally showing up in their financial reports that, you know, they can't rely on the theme parks to fund Disney Plus and their movies. They can't keep that going. They can't keep that going. The parks are the only financially viable thing really in the company right now that's making any form of money right now. And they're milking it for as much as it's worth. But when are those people's backs gonna break and they're like, no more. And you can tell it's already happening. It's just a shame. It's just a shame that the current regime is so awful. Bobby Paycheck is this is just funny. A lot of movie people that I know were like, Yeah, I didn't see anything wrong with him. And it's like the parks people have been shouting from the rooftops that that would make an awful CEO. That Bobby Paycheck was going to make an awful CEO. The parks people have been warning the animation and the movie people that this is going to be a bad decision. Nobody listened to us. Nobody ever listens to the parks people. We're a very small group of people that were parks fans first. We've been warning people. We've been warning them. We've been shouting from the treetops. Bobby Paycheck. It's just a nickname for Bob Jacob. There was a CNBC guy who accidentally called him Bob Paycheck on air, and it's kind of stuck ever since then. Let's see, who would win the World Cup? I don't know what the World Cup is. What's the World Cup of? Quidditch? Swimming? Basketball? Football? I don't know. The only World Cup I know of is Quidditch. Oh, soccer. I don't know. I'm not much of a soccer person. Like, nothing against it, just never been really. I've never really been into sports in general, except for like swimming. So look at this. Look at this. We're full. We're full. There we go. Now we're getting them bottles. Let's see. Me neither. I'm cheering for Mexico. Okay, I'll cheer for Mexico then. I'll cheer for Mexico. I don't know who to cheer for, so I'll cheer for Mexico. Let's see. What do you think about the Owl House scar? I don't know what the Owl House is. I'm getting the vibe that it's a TV show or movie, not an actual house for owls. I'm very confused. It's a cartoon. Ooh, I did not know that. I'll have to look it up. I'll cheer for Argentina too. I'll cheer for everybody, but Mexico first, because that's the first one I saw in the chat. That's the first one I saw in the chat. Watch it. Nah. I'm not gonna. I watched soccer one time. To be honest, I think I fell asleep. I remember a guy, he was shouting "Gola, gola, gola," and I thought that was kind of fun. But other than that, it was actually at Disneyland. It was actually at Disneyland. But anyway, on a positive note, let's not be terribly negative. The new Pixar movie actually looks good. I'm very excited about Elemental. It really does feel like a return to form for Pixar. One, by them giving more of like an atmospheric teaser trailer like they used to do in the past. So that was kind of cool. And the animation looks fantastic. The concept's very interesting because I remember when they first said Elemental, I can't remember what I was comparing it to. It seemed, I don't know. I was compared to something, but it looks good. I'm quite excited about it. It gives us a tiny bit of a Zootopia vibe to it. But yeah, I am very excited about it. Not that there's anything wrong with Pixar's most recent movies, but they're just kind of like, they're okay. They're good movies. Pixar used to make masterpieces, and they haven't really made a masterpiece in a while. The last movie that I was absolutely in love with was Soul. The other movies have been fine, but they're not WALL-E or Up or Toy Story or Monsters or anything like that. But this one, I have a good feeling about this one. I'm very excited about this one. Very excited about this one. I think it's gonna be good. There we go. Sweet. All right, that should be enough. I liked Luca until I fell asleep, and I never went back. I should go back. It's not that I didn't like it. I just fell asleep. I just fell asleep. It was a weird time. A lot of times, this is something I always say to people. If you don't like a movie, go back after a while. Sometimes you don't like it because you're just in like a bad or a weird place in life. That's happened so many times where I've watched something or done something and I just like was just not in the mood to absorb said thing. So I might go back and watch Luca. But yeah, it from what I remember, it was a nice movie. But once again, it's kind of like that could have come from any studio. Pixar used to make masterpieces. Let's see. What does the Discover hoodie say? It says My brain just shut down. And it says, hold on, let me read it out. My brain's tired. Hold on, I got this. I got you.
The chaotic sock bit attacked. X500. The Owl House is a show on Dinsey Plus about a human called Lou's going to the demon realm and learning about magic with witches and demons. There's a lot more to it than that, but
Wow, that sounds interesting. I'll check that out. Let's see. Discover hoodie. The happiest place in all of Hermitcraft. This is your land to discover, or something like that. I can't remember. I'm trying to look it up, but I've got so many goofy things on my mind that I'm just blank.
Cashback gaming bit attacked. X500. Speaking of Toy Story, I feel like you should set yourself a quest to get Jimmy to say you've got a friend in me before the hermits leave.
Oh, that's good. Didn't Green say he wants to go home in his video? I heard that. Is that true? I haven't seen his video, but did he say that he wants to go home? Did he say he wants to go home? Are these working? Yeah, they're working. Yeah, did he say he said it? Okay. I saw that in the chat and I was like, is that true? Is that true? Oh wait, he built Grumbot out there. Wait, hold on. I haven't seen Grumbot. Hold on. Look at these honey bottles. Oh, we're gonna have so much honey. Oh, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be a beautiful sight to behold, isn't it? Huh. Something to believe in. Am I right? Am I right? I like trolling you guys. All right. Let's see. Have you heard of the Deep Rock Galactic? No, I don't know what that is. Bee puns. Yeah, the bee puns. The bee puns. They're always here. They're always ready to strike. All right. If I turn my head, I'm going to see Grumbot, right? I think so. Nope. No Grumbot. There he is. Look at him. Look at him. Look at Grumbot. Not Grimebot. You're not grimy. You're actually really clean and delicious. Actually, you're not delicious. I wouldn't eat you. I definitely wouldn't eat you, Grumbot. Would never eat you. Look at him sleeping. Oh, he's so cute. He's a cute guy. Okay then. All right. So yeah. Good old Grumbot. Anyway, how many bottles can we craft? Because I'm ready to craft some bottles. Not that many.
Fall for fiction bit attacked. X500. Hey Scar. Love your content. I was wondering what happened to the OG Hermitcraft server. I love the crossover, but was wondering why no one is in the server.
Because we're trapped. The gateway is blocked. It's dead. It's turned off. See it? Remember when this thing was purple? If this was only purple, we could go back home and I could work on my Scarland world. But don't worry, we're going. Green said we're going back, so we're going back. Green said we're going back. So I guess our efforts now are geared towards that. But never fear, we're gonna be back on the old OG. We've got a lot of work to do, I'll tell you that right now. Oh, we're not getting glass bottles out because we got a problem. I got to reset this. That's why that's not working. I see the problem and I shall fix it. So I just have to do this and it'll fix it. It's a little finicky, but it works. It works. Here, you heard that? That's the sound of progress. That's the sound of progress. Love it. Love it. Love it. So I'm gonna put that in there. I'm just getting smaller as I go down. There we go. Sweet. Okay. So that's now gonna work. How many of these do we have? 16? Oh man, that's not very many, but it'll work. So my goal here, if we fly down to this platform, is I just want to add as many as we can here. Slime blocks going down here. Why is the music talking in my ear? That's creepy. So I just want to make it look like it's like pieces like sliming down. Let's see. Q&A score from the Rascal. What's been your favorite thing about the crate mod so far? The fact that I can't get on the server until late yesterday. That was just my absolute favorite part. Have all these ideas that I want to do on the crate mod. I finally finished my, I had to get the farm built. Grian tasked me with building the farm, so I had to get that done. And then I'm super excited on Friday. I'm like, crate mods, Friday and Saturday. It's going to be amazing. And then the authentication service wouldn't allow me on. But my favorite aspect of the server for realsies is the fact that I can make things move. Like for a long time, like especially original Scarland viewers. Oh wow, this is not going to go far. We don't have a lot of honey. We don't have a lot, but we can always add more as we go along. We're also going to go upgrade some farms. Is Joe on? Maybe Joe's going to hang out in this area. Maybe I saw him down there. Maybe we'll farm some more. But yeah, I am super excited to make more things move. So my next episode, spoilers, who cares? I am going to make a hangar or a barn, if you will, for the moving house. So I'm super excited about that. And so what it'll be is that it'll kind of be like a little bit of a base for the house. And when the house approaches the barn / hangar, the doors open on both ends. So it's gonna be super cool. I'm super excited about it. Let's see. Joe's cleaning up Cub's mess at Pixel's place. I want to see this. Pixel's this way, right? Keys this way. I'm curious. Joe's a traitor and he should be Hawkeyed? Joe should be Hawkeyed as a traitor? Yeah, I'm really happy with the way hold on, let's talk to Joe. Oh, Joe!
Scar.
My chat says you're a traitor, Joe. Why is this? What are these words being spoken?
Whoa. People are telling you I'm a traitor.
They have
What?
spoken the word that you are a traitor to the Hermit Tower. And as you know, I am the god and emperor of the Hermit Tower, as I was the prime hermit.
But you pardoned me, so I can't be
Oh,
a
that's
traitor
true. Never mind.
because you
Yeah, you're
pardoned
good,
me.
Joe. You've been pardoned. I forgot about it. Goodbye, Joe. I forgot about that. I pardoned the man. I pardoned him as the prime hermit. I did pardon him. I forgot. Memory not so great these days. Oh. Okay. It looks pathetic. It looks pathetic, but you guys can kind of get the vision that I at least had in my head for this thing, and that there was honey dripping out of the bottom. It's just we don't have a lot of honey plucks to go around right now, so we're making the best. Shoot him anyway. Maybe. Let's see. Q&A Scar. What Disney Pixar show would you recommend for a fellow magic lover? Sword in the Stone. Sword in the Stone is an underappreciated movie. It is a very good movie. I really like Sword in the Stone. And it's hand-drawn animation. You can never go wrong with hand-drawn animation. I like 3. CG's nice. It's good. Appreciate it. Good stuff. Great stuff. But it'll never replace the soul that 2D animation possesses. There's a soul to the animation because it comes from the hand and the heart. There's just something extra to it. It's like a real life painting. There's just something extra about it that's nice. And it's not to take away from any other forms, but there's just something there. There's just something there. Oh man, I miss 2D too. I know. It's sad. Was Princess and the Frog? That was the last one, I think. I think that was the last one. Pretty sure. That was the last. All right. So this doesn't look great, but believe me, it'll look better when we have more honey. When we've got more honey, we're gonna get farther. We're gonna get farther with this. We maybe need a little bit more at the top, I think. Maybe that would make it look a little bit better. The aristocrats, man, it's been a while since I've seen that. I can barely remember the aristocrats, but I know my parents have a cell from aristocrats. Well, actually, they have quite a few like cells, but I know they have one from the aristocrats. Used to be in the hallway as I was like coming out of my room, and I used to see them all the time. The cats, they're on this little couch. They're on this little couch. Let's see. Q&A Scar, do you think... Oh, what do you think of the Vex updates? Oh, I don't like the Vex. I'm not happy with the Vex. It's fine. Like, is it a big deal? No. But to me, they kind of ruined the quirky, kind of weird nature of it. Like, sometimes things that are ugly are amazing. Like, I heard a lot of people say, like, the Vex skin was ugly, or... It was awkward or this or that. It's like, that's what gives it character, and that's what makes it unique. That's the whole reason like the convex even existed, was that the skin was so hilariously goofy that it allowed for like such fun like creativity. But now it's just kind of like just a standard Minecraft mob. It lost all of its like quirkiness and charm, but whatever. I don't make the decisions. I don't make them. Sometimes ugly things are better. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, sometimes things like that have way more character than something just cleaned up and polished and perfect. You know? So I like the old texture. I might use a texture pack to reclaim the glory of the Vex. At least like give it a face. I guess they wanted to tie it into the ally or whatever, but...
Gutch's spit attacked. X500.Hi Scar, love the bee farm. Can you share your creative process for coming up with base ideas? I'm trying to think of a new base and I'm stuck. Hello.
Oh, this is on Scar's bingo card of streams. All right, this is how we do it. We want free content. This is how we do it. It's easy. It's easy. You come up with a base idea, right? Okay, so I need to build a base for Hermitcraft. What do I want to do? What can I do? What can I do? What can I do that generates lots of ideas for free? I know what I'll do. I will make a Wild West outpost themed to the Old West, season 4. Boom. Okay. Well, what does that mean? What's a Wild West? What's a Wild West frontier outpost type thing going to be? I know. It's going to have wagons. It's going to have really cool old Western kind of frontier terrain. So we're going to build arches like in some kind of national park. Beautiful. It's going to have trains. Boom, trains. Nailed it. It could have a special tree because the trees in the mesa are ugly, but we could use birch. Boom. Now we got these trees. Now that we have a bunch of trees, we're going to make a logging camp. And so if you just get that base structure idea of like old Western outpost or something, you just start generating those ideas on top of it. Okay, next, let's say I want to do something pirate related. Bam, island. Bam, need a volcano. Maybe an old ancient temple full of gold that the pirates are hiding their treasure in. You need a fort. So you build a fort, you build a pirate ship, you build a town for trading, for pirate trading. It's just like you just get like a base idea like that, and then you just run with it. Then you just absolutely run with it, and it's to me anyway, that's how I'm able to, what I at least call like free ideas. It's like you get the base idea, and then you just kind of get all these other ideas on top of it. I'm trying to think of like another good example of this, but it is eluding me. But I hope that kind of gives off an idea a little bit, or maybe even season 9. Like, I want to build something elf related. I want to have like elf ears. Okay, boom, I got a tree. Bam, treehouse, beautiful. What else can an elf do? Elves love cookies. Boom, we got a cookie shop. People made fun of my costume and said it looked like a matador. And I thought they said mattress store, and then bam, now I have a mattress store. I'm selling mattresses. Mattress salesman. So it's just you just want to get that very, very base level idea and have that be something that generates content. So if you were to say like, I want to build a village next to a mountain. Okay, build a village by a mountain. Why is the village there in the first place? The village is there because there are mines. There's a mountain. So the village is now based around mines. And so that mines then can reflect how the buildings look. They're probably made out of stone, things along those lines. Or if you're going to find a beautiful forest and you want to like terraform some big trees, that village, maybe that village is how they came to be, is maybe they're loggers. So you start making a lumber mill so they could build their houses and then sell their lumber on a road that leads to the town long out in the distance or something like that. Does that make sense? Does that kind of like give you an idea on how I generate ideas? Or if you want to build like a little town along a river or an ocean, well, bam, there you go. Now you've got an inspiration for maybe they sell fish. You know, it's just an easy way to come up with ideas. Scar TikTok. I've developed that over time, and it has helped me tremendously. It has helped me tremendously. By the way, Haka.
SaturnBot_bit attacked. X500.scar, can we get a cat dog for a Sunday tune? 0.
With a woof and a purr, a baby was born. Cat dog, alone in the world without a little cat dog. There you go. Sunday morning cartoon for you there. Do they still play Cat Dog, by the way? Do they still play Cat Dog? I always like Cat Dog. Such a goofy show, but I always enjoyed it. And it definitely had the best intro of any of the Nickelodeon cartoons. The wolf and a bird, baby was born. Cat dog, alone in the world without a little cat dog. What about Angry Beavers and Rocket Power? Oh, those are all good. Oh, I love those. Hey Arnold too. Rocket Power, Angry. My dad loved Angry Beavers. I think he just thought they were hilarious because they were so funny looking. Like they were so angry. Fairly Odd Parents were really good too. Let's. Have you seen any cartoons lately? If so, which ones? No, I haven't. No, I have not. I don't know what's out there these days. No clue. Oh, we almost forgot. We gotta talk about Andor. So we are on the closing stretch. No spoilers. Don't worry. But we are on the closing stretch of the show. So one episode left. If I were to give anybody's advice, and I gave this a lot, and I think it still stands true, is wait for the series to be done and binge it. I think this series is going to be exceptionally better, bingeable. I think it'd be very, very good, like watching all it in like one shoot. But yeah, the last episode, no spoilers again, but I think I'm trying not to spoil something, but there was a really cool scene. Well, it was the first time we got any Star Wars where we actually saw some ships. not that the show's bad or anything, but it was nice to see some ships, some aliens. I did appreciate that a lot. It's been a lack of aliens, which is annoying. It's like Disney's Bobby Paychecks over there. Like, well, I'm not paying for those prosthetics. What are you crazy? What are you crazy over there? You think I'm gonna pay for prosthetics for these aliens? Just get some humans. Humans. Anyway, there was a really cool scene with a new, like with a. I don't want to spoil anything. It's the problem. I want to spoil. I want to spoil things. It's that time of year. It's that time of year where the spots appear. The spots appear. Dang it, Bobby Paycheck. I want to spoil things. Give the character a fake name. Okay. All right. The thrift store owner. There we go. The thrift store owner. Who would have thought the thrift store owner could be such a great pilot? And he's got like ninja swords that come out of the side of the plane. He's like, whoop, whoop, whoop. That was pretty cool. I like that part. That was fun. I like that. And the Imperial Star Destroyer that does appear, which is kind of a unique one. I think it only appeared maybe one other time, vaguely, in Han Solo's movie, Solo, whatever. But it's named after the designer of it, who recently passed. So that was a nice homage. But yeah, the thrift store owner. Oh, how am I doing this without terrible spoilers? Thrift store owner. What are our thoughts on this guy? You know, mysterious fella. He has a club. That's right. He's got a club at his waist belt. I can think of other things that keep things attached to their waist belts that hang down, that often are taken out in times of peril and danger. That can also provide a guiding light if you need a flashlight. I don't think he's a Jedi, but he did give off like there was a vibe. There was a vibe there. I absolutely do not think thrift store owner is a Jedi, but they kind of gave off the vibe a little bit when they pull out the club, and it's like, really? In Star Wars, nobody's walking around with a club. Nobody's walking around with a club. What is this? I think it was a misdirection. I really do. I think they gave off a little weird vibe there with that. The ship, the ninja swords that come out of the sides that are literal Kyber powered crystal things that light up like flashlights. But yeah, I don't think he's I don't think he's a Jedi, and I don't think that's necessary, but it's interesting to speculate. Saul Guerrero is good. He's always so angry, so stern, but he's a good character. The acting in Andor, right? It's been so good. It's so like, I still like Mandalorian's still like my favorite, just because it's such a fun show. Like when you're just like smiling ear to ear when you watch that show. Andor is fantastic, but sometimes you just feel a little depressed watching it. But the acting and the writing are just so phenomenal. Like, it's so nice to have like a well-crafted Star Wars show. If anything, like even if people don't like the story or this or that, you've got to give it that it is so well made. And I guess that's what's so refreshing about it, is that it's well made and the characters can generally stand on their own without having to be tied into like Chewbacca's like mom's butler, twice removed cousin from Coruscant. You know, it's nice that they made some solid characters that don't have to be relied on so much to I don't know. But yeah, I do wish Andor did have more scenes like the thrift store escape from the Star Destroyer. Like, it could really use that. It could have really used more aliens. There's some lore to why there's not a lot of aliens, but it's kind of flimsy. But anyway, how are you guys liking Andor? Chewbacca's mom, yeah, the butler, twice removed. Let's see. Somebody mentioned, what was that up there? I'm scrolling. Looking at the Rise of Skywalker. Are we? Did I mention that? If I did, I apologize to anybody. If I did, I apologize. I don't know if I did or not. But yeah. missing the butler. So we do need Chewbacca's twice removed butler. You know what's another thing? Ferrix, the planet. Not so much a spoiler, because it's just the planet's name. That's a really cool planet. That's a really cool planet. And I was super happy that they really created a new, unique planet that's not in the desert, that's not a bunch of white domes, off-white domes, I'm sorry, off-white, generally bone-colored, if you will. But it's just so nice that they made like a really cool new planet that has like an interesting backstory to itself. It's not just far-off planet with port. It's got like a whole backstory to it, which is really, really cool. So I love that. Plus, like the first 3 episodes really show some interesting stuff, like the ship that the thrift store owner goes and flies on. Like that ship is practical, by the way. That ship is practical. That's not the volume. That's a practical thing. That's a real thing. That's a thing that somebody actually sits in that actually looks like something and not just like a green screen. So I thought that was I need to make a shulker box for rockets. I got so many rockets, but I keep losing them, and it's a mess. Anyway, so yeah, I really like the way they designed that planet. I thought that was really cool. So much skulk. That is very true. Do I like Ahsoka? Ahsoka's in my top 5, sometimes top 3. But yeah, that's what I really like. I really like that planet. They did a fantastic job building it up, because they could have easily just went like Ferrix. They chopped things up, but no, they added a whole like society to it. So like the people who wrote this show really put thought into every part of it, which has been really cool. Let's see, Scar, have you seen Rise of Timid? I don't know what that is. No. Do you use fabric or Optifine? I'm a Optifine guy when it comes to Hermitcraft. There's certain things about Optifine that I can't get anywhere else. So I'm one of the few Optifine boys left. Have I met Bob Gurr? Yes, I have met Bob Gurr. Bob Gurr is a treasure to society. Bob Gurr, if you've ever seen his Instagram is hilarious. Oh my gosh. No, but I met Bob Gurr. Super nice guy. His license plate was fantastic. I'm not gonna say his license plate because obviously I don't know if I feel like that's like a weird invasion of privacy, but I've seen his car and his license plate in a parking lot when I met him at an event, and it's very Bob Gurr. Bob Gurr is a treasure. I think offhand calls him like 3-time like greatest human of all time. 3-time winner of greatest human of all time. Bob Gurr reminds me so much of my grandpa. Just like a jack of all trade, able to like learn anything. Like, oh, I want to learn something. I learned it. I'm now a master of it. That's basically my grandpa. Like, oh, I wanna learn how to fly. Boom, I'm flying 2 years later, like solo. Like now I'm a pilot. Now I am a pilot. Like he could do whatever he wanted, and that's exactly what like Bob Gurr. If you don't know, Bob Gurr is an Imagineer. Bob Gurr designed the monorail. He designed all the Main Street vehicles. So if you're at Disneyland, you see the fire truck go by, you see the omnibus go by. He designed it. A lot of the Matterhorn he designed along with Aero Development. So many of like the engineering ride vehicles. The Autopia designed that. The list goes on and on. If you're familiar with some old time lore of say Universal Studios or Hollywood, the King Kong animatronic that smelled like bananas, he designed that. He designed some stuff for Jurassic Park and Jaws. List goes on. The list goes on and on and on. He also designed, I can't remember. Okay, this is an old story, but a good one. It was him and John Hench. John Hench was probably one of the greatest artists. Is one of the greatest Disney artists of all time. One of the greatest artists of that generation in general, artists. They were sitting in office, and I think it's like John Hench was like, this is an old story. I heard this like 15 years ago, so forgive me if it's not fully correct. But they were like, he was like twirling an apple on a stem, and Bob Gurr's like, that's how the ride vehicle works. And he's like, what? And then he's like, that's how it works. You have the seat that you sit on, and you have a single point on the bottom that can twirl. And that's how the Doom Buggy in the Haunted Mansion was born. That's how the Omnimover system was built. So the Omnimover system in theme parks is a vehicle attached to a chain with an endless amount, like not endless, but on a chain of vehicles that never stops. It constantly rotates, and that is how the Haunted Mansion, the Journey Through the Atom or Journey Through Inner Space was developed to eventually, you know, all the different rides that use the Omnimover system was developed because of an apple in an office meeting with John Hench. John Hench also said that California Adventure was better as a parking lot. That's such a dig. Oh, John Hench was incredible. He worked up until the day he died. It's like he was like 100? It's like 94 maybe. I can't remember. He was like somewhere in there, and he was still like working on like design palettes for Hong Kong Disneyland when it opened. But yeah, in my opinion, John Hench's most famous quote is that he preferred California Adventure as a parking lot. Oh man, I thought I would start a creeper. Oh, whoa, way, big boy. Anyway, let's go. Okay, so this doesn't look great, obviously, not fantastic, but it's better than it did. Second, I do want to expand Jimmy's sugarcane farm, so I want to go do that. So let's go get some iron and some observers for observe on, and we'll pop over there. Laugh aloud. That's a lot of Disney talk in one. It is a lot of Disney talk, but I bring you the good stories. I bring you the good stories. I don't bring you the, oh my gosh, I just had the best cupcake. It only cost $59, but the frosting was worth $59. No, I bring you the good stories. I bring you the good Disney content. The John Hench quote of California Adventure was better as a parking lot quote. I bring you the how did the Haunted Mansion ride system get developed? It was a meeting with John Hench and Bob Gurr where they were twirling an apple, and Bob Gurr's like, stem that, boom, we can turn the vehicle any way we want, we can rotate, doot, 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 boom. I'm not like those new Disney people that are always out there talking about their $59 cupcake with sparkles. No, we talk about the good stuff here. No genie talk here. No, I'm not gonna go have Genie tell me what to do. Never. $59, dude. I wouldn't even put it past him having a $59 cupcake. Oh, Spare Witch, that is amazing. The People Mover is the best. The People Mover is the absolute best. Such a fantastic attraction. Bob Gurr again. He designed a lot of that ride system. He was inspired by there was a similar like mechanic. It was like in Germany, along with the monorail. But yeah, he developed that. So yeah, another Bob Gurr attraction. Where'd you meet him? I met him at Griffin Park at Walt's barn. There's a little like segment of Griffin Park in Los Angeles, and there was an event there, and they had Bob Gurr, Alice Davis, which very sadly passed away just recently. Raleigh Crump. Classical Raleigh. Raleigh Crump. Harriet Burns was supposed to be there. If you don't know who Harriet Burns is, Harriet Burns ran the model shop at Disney and just made some of the most incredible models. So yeah, she ran the model shop, and you can see her in one of the Wonderful Worlds of Disney segments on Pirates of the Caribbean. She shows Walt the models that she was working on. So Harriet Burns was supposed to be there. Sadly, she passed away it was like a week after that. So she went through she had some surgery complications. So it was really sad. I wanted to meet her because she's a very unique person. But Blaine Gibson was there. And George McGinnis. I think George McGinnis was there. He was a ride vehicle designer. I know there was somebody else. Somebody who wasn't supposed to be there showed up for the fun of it. Oh, Bob Gurr. That's right. Bob Gurr wasn't on the schedule, but the man showed up anyway. Amazing dude. Yeah, I think that's it. Also the author. What's his name? Something with a K. One of my favorite books. It's all torn up, but I have it signed. I forgot, but there was an author there. Yeah, there's less of the older Imagineers. It was really cool. It was really cool. Yeah, definitely a highlight to see that. It was in 2008, so that's when it was 2008. So that's when Midway Mania was opening. So in that trip, we went to Los Angeles, went to that, and then we went to Disneyland when Midway Mania was opening at California Adventure. I didn't speak with him, but I saw Kevin Rafferty. I did. That was the first time I met John Lasseter. Met him a few times afterwards at different things. Once at Pixar. Who else do we see there? Kevin Rafferty for sure. I forgot. There was another Imagineer. I forgot her name. I saw her too. Anyway, let me grab some material. There we go. And some observers and some pistons. Beautiful. I actually think that's all we need, really. Let's grab an extra stack just for safety. Anyway, let me check with the chat. Hey, nobody here. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subscriptions. Very much appreciated. And Scott, 1990534. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subscriptions. Very much appreciated. And Barrel 3, thank you for the 5 gifted subscriptions. Very much appreciated. Very, very much. Very, very much. Favorite Imagineer? Ooh, favorite Imagineer is Tony Baxter. He is my favorite Imagineer. He made my favorite attractions. And he embodies the most of what makes a good Imagineer and understands what makes a good theme park attraction. An attraction that lasts. An attraction that will last as long as an animated movie like Pinocchio. He understands how to make a multi-generational attraction. It's the same way as some Imagineers, and not Imagineers, but some artists knew how to make movies that are multi-generational movies that will last on and on and on, and not just be a flash in the pan movie that's you watch it and you're like, oh, that's cool, and you forget about it. There's those movies and there's those attractions that you want to take your kids on, if that makes sense. There's those movies you want to show your kids. You want to show this, that. That is a very special creative, and Tony Baxter is that for theme parks. All right, so we're here for expansions. This thing is not producing as much as I want it to, so I want to expand it. I wish I could go to Disney parks in the US, but I am in England. Well, you do have Disneyland Paris. Disneyland Paris is fantastic. Along with the, speaking of Tony Baxter was the lead Imagineer on Disneyland Paris. He was the lead Imagineer on there. And you've got some massive expansions coming to Disneyland Paris's studio park, which is cool too. So lots of fun stuff to look forward to with that park. Oh, you're going to Tokyo Disney? Honey bongers, you're going to Tokyo Disneyland in 2 weeks. Oh, dude, have a wonderful time. That is a absolute dream of mine to go to Tokyo Disney someday. Someday. I'd love to go there. The OLC, the Oriental Land Company, is who runs Tokyo Disneyland, and they are they just know how to do it. They, in my opinion, they run the parks far better than the American parks these days. Just like they understand. They're like the Tony Baxter of theme parks. Like they just understand what people want, and they're never afraid to like spend the money needed to make a fantastic attraction that gets people talking, gets people excited to come to the parks, etc. So in my dream world, Disney spins off the theme park division, and it's how companies do that. I'm not a business person, but how companies spin off things. They spin things off. Well, I wish they would spin off the parks and let the parks become its own entity, and then the OLC runs it. That is my dream. That is my dream. That's my dream. That's an interesting question. I was just reading through the chat here. Q&A Scar, this is a random question, but have you ever met the Hermits outside of an event? No, I have not met the Hermits outside of an event. I've only sadly been able to hang out with the Hermits in 2 occasions, and that is 2016 Los Angeles Minecon, and what was the other one? Nashville. I mean, actually, never mind. I would classify Nashville as being outside of an event, because we were there for a filming of the panel, but the filming only accounted for like half a day in like 4 days. And so the rest of those days were like hanging out with Mumbo and Iskall and Stress and False, and just having a good time, like hanging out. And then we met up with Wells and Joe for the meetup. But I would say that was kind of a chance to like hang out and stuff outside of like an event, really. Yes, Minecon 2016 was an event. It was a big old event. Lots going on, but this was much more casual, where we just all hung out, which was really fun. It was really fun. It's a little. This always just gets me sad. It genuinely just gets me sad thinking of like prior to like 2020, like 2019. It just makes me sad. We need a HermitCon. Yeah, we do. Do you have any knowledge of Epcot? I have all the knowledge. But yeah, I just get very sad thinking of like 2019. Anyway. We really need a HermitCon. I know, man. I was pretty bummed out learning that they have 0 plans for a Minecon again. I'm like, not to say that there won't be one, but there's just no like active plans, and it's like, that's disappointing. It's disappointing. So I guess that comes down to that. I don't know. We've got to, if we want something like that, we'll have to think of it ourselves, right? We'll have to make it ourselves. We'll have to do it ourselves. So, yeah. Scar, how much will you get involved with the lore? What lore? I'm confused. What lore do you speak of? What lore do you speak of? What lore do you speak of? Oh, by the way, I have 1 episode left of The Crown. That's such a well-made production. Like the writing and the acting and stuff. Every time I see a good show, I'm always like, dang, I wish these were Star Wars shows. But now I can kind of say that because Andor is a lot better. But the way they write that show is incredible. The way how like small little things tie back into the way they're like weaving a narrative. Whoever the writers are on that show are just geniuses. Just geniuses. He's neck deep in lore. He's neck deep in lore. Looking at Obi-Wan, I see. Do you want me to do it? Do I have a flint and steel on me? I don't have flint and steel. I'll try to be a good Scar. I'll try to be a good Scar here. I'll try to be a good Scar here. And why did this not work? Oh, interesting. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be a good Scar. I don't know. Can I be a good Scar? I don't know. I don't know. I might start criticizing Obi-Wan. Must contain urge. Must contain urge not to criticize Obi-Wan. Oh, must contain urge. Do it for Anakin. I really liked Anakin's last. What redeemed that show in a lot of ways for me was Anakin's quote at the end when he's like, "You didn't turn me," or whatever. I'm gonna goof it up, but it was like, "You didn't turn me." Or how was that quote? Rascal, tell me that quote. You know it. You know it. I know you do. I'm goofing it up. I can't think of it off the top of my head. You did not kill Anakin. I did. Oh yeah, it's like, you didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did. I mean, that was creepy. I mean, Hayden Christian really played that really well. Really, really well. Really, really well. Really well. That was a good scene. I thought that actually fixed some lore issues a little bit. In some cases, a little. I don't know. Here, let me. Oh God, I just don't want to be negative. Jimmy, I am your father. Oh, that'd be actually really funny. Do I have any plans to go to TwitchCon in the future? Maybe. I've been to a lot of TwitchCons. I went to the original TwitchCon. I've ran 3 of the disability panels. Set up enough 2 more, like in the background for Twitch. I've done those a lot. Every time I went to TwitchCon, there wasn't a single person there that I knew until this last TwitchCon. There was people there and that I knew, and I'm like, where were you all years ago? Where were you all years ago? I am not your failure, Obi-Wan. You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did. That was a good line. I like that line. That was a good line. I can live with Obi-Wan the show because of that line. Because it was a well done line, and it was finally got to see Hayden again, and that was cool. But like I've said a million times, Obi-Wan should have been treated with the respect, the budgets, and the professionalism as like House of Dragon or some, show like that, because you're dealing with probably arguably one of the most popular pop culture characters ever, and that's Darth Vader. And then Obi-Wan's, equally as popular, not you know what I'm saying. I just felt like they were just kind of, I don't know. It was like Disney was like, my name's Bobby Paycheck and I'm cutting your budget. I'm cutting your budget. There's a difference between the writing. You can easily see the difference in the writing of Andor versus the writing of Obi-Wan. Yeah, Obi-Wan had there was a couple little fun scenes here and there, but I mean, every time I go back, I want to be positive about it, because you have Obi-Wan, which is in you have Hayden Christensen, you have Ewan McGregor, like just wonderful actors, great people, and you don't want to be negative. But then on the other hand, then you remember the trench coat scene, and you're like, this is beneath Cat Dog on Nickelodeon. Like, that scene is beneath Cat Dog. It's beneath Cat Dog. I don't even think the Cat Dog writers would have written this scene like that. Like, who would you? I can never get over that scene, or Wade, Or like the snow speeders and how they like scaled multiple times. Like they got bigger and smaller, like in real time. They were like, it was like Ant-Man all of a sudden. It's like, how is this getting bigger? How is this getting smaller? How is this getting bigger and smaller in the same scene? I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I was so excited about the fortress, the Inquisitor's Fortress Inquisitoria or whatever it's called. I was so excited about that, but that was arguably the worst thing. That was the single most worst thing on Disney Plus. There's nothing on Disney Plus worse than that episode. And you can fight me over it because that is the worst possible thing. It's the worst. Is Scarzo planning to overthrow Jimmy? No. Me? No. Never. I am a loyal deputy. Scott, will you ever read the comics? Rascal, how am I supposed to read the comics when every time they retcon something, you were so sad, and I'm like, I don't want to be sad. I won't read. I will not read. I don't want to feel the sadness. I don't want to feel the sadness. The sadness will be overwhelming. Anyway, the laser fence. Have I talked about the laser fence before? Yes, I've talked about the laser fence. I can't talk about the laser fence again. Wait, how do I put these on here? Wait, what am I doing wrong? Oh, like this. I think this will increase the capacity quite a bit because it wasn't producing as much as I wanted to. And this is like a goofy Scar design. So, I mean, obviously nobody was expecting a lot, but I was expecting maybe a little bit more. I was expecting a little bit more. You remember the gentleman who edited Obi into a movie? One of the things that guy did in the edit was he like, did my camera go away? Knock, knock, camera, hello. Knock, knock. Did my camera just now go away? Shoot, why did it do that? Did it overheat? What is this? Let me see what's going on here. Huh. Well, that's rather strange. Oh, we got a black screen for a second. Did you see that? We had progress for a split second. For a split second there was progress. How are you guys supposed to see my bad hair today? Oh yeah, straight up my camera turned off. Huh. Kind of concerning. Camera function. It's like an unreplaceable camera. Okay. I'm gonna hope that it's just ran out of battery and the cord came out. Let's just say that. Let's just pretend that's the case. Shoot. Do we have Mumbo's picture on standby here? Do I have Mumbo's picture? Last time this happened, we had Mumbo.
Kazbak Gaming get attacked. X500. The camera overheated because it can't handle all these hot takes.
Hey, we're back! A hot guy's back! There we go. All right. I don't know what happened there. Kind of concerning. The battery is absolutely dead, but it's plugged in, so I don't know why it would have done that. Anyway, we're back. We're back. We are back. Where did we leave off? Ah, that's right. We were trashing Obi-Wan Kenobi. How did the lone Jedi, right? How did the Jedi dude find Obi on Tatooine. Like, was that ever explained? Was that ever explained? How the guy that the Inquisitors killed, how did he find Obi? Like, what did he do to find Obi-Wan Kenobi? He knew Obi-Wan was on that planet, but how? Nobody knew he was on that planet. Face reveal. Yes, it's the face reveal. I know. It is rather disappointing. The Force. Oh my God. Really? That's the explanation? The Force. He cut himself off from the Force. Vibes. I can't. I just can't. I'd rather watch a really good nose. I'd rather watch. Oh, my face is covered up. But Alec just bought a bomber jacket, Scar merch. There we go. I'd rather watch this man right here. I'd rather watch a show completely dedicated to this than Obi-Wan. And I love Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan's in my top 3, sometimes my favorite character. Okay, I just killed Jar Jar. He's on the floor now. Sorry about that. There we go. So, I'd rather have a Jar Jar show than what we watched when Obi-Wan was there. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I'm not proud of being negative. I don't like being negative, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat that show. I'm looking for redstone. I think I got some in here. I think the like the merchandise announcements only work on this screen here. Interesting. They're broken. They're broken.
X500.
Oh, now everything's broken.
Watch Obi-Wan over Lilo and Stitch.
Everything is broken. Everything is broken. Why do you do this? Why do you do this to me? Like Michael Scott once said, the famous words of Michael Scott, I hate so much the things that you choose to be, technology. Okay, so I know this plug is working, but the camera is not holding a charge. But it charged for... Get the Mumbo image? I don't have the Mumbo image. I don't know where it is. Send me a picture of the trench coat scene. I'll put it up there. Bobby Paycheck is seeking revenge on me. I've criticized this whole mighty... I'm so discombobulated without my camera up there. It's annoying. Why is everything broken? I don't know. I don't know why everything's broken. Everything is broken, but that's okay. Did anybody expect anything not to be broken on a Scar stream? No. I'm trying to see if I can fix this, but it really doesn't seem like it's working. It really doesn't seem like it's working, and that makes me sad. We're gonna need a photo. We're gonna need a photo. We're gonna need something to put up there. Oh, Rascal coming in clutch with the trench coat scene. Thank you. I don't even know how you got that. Disney doesn't even let you take screenshots. You can't do any of the memes. You can't do the memes. You can't do the memes. You can't do the memes. Okay. I'm trying to remember how to do this. No, not a snake. I will not do snakes. I will not do snakes. No, there will not be a snake being used here. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this. Hold on. Let me just... Oh wait, I was gonna go to the big screen, but that actually just made this way worse. That actually just made this way worse. Hold on, we got this. I'm so good at technology. It's pretty extraordinary. Oh, wait, let me go back to the main screen. No, wait, hold on, we got this. Oh, I wish I could actually use a piece of fan art that I found recently, but I would want to make sure I have the person's permission before doing that. I would feel weird if I didn't have their permission. I'm gonna do this, guys, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be worth it. You don't think it's gonna be worth it now, but now you do. Now you realize, wow, Scar, this was way worth it. Trench coat scene. There we go. There we go. There you go, guys. There we go. There we go. Trench coat scene. There we go. It's quality content right there. That's what we call quality content. So much better. Can we get, okay, all right, I know I'm asking a lot here. Can we Photoshop hot guy on that sweatshirt? Can we Photoshop hot guy on there? Is that too much to ask? Oh gosh. I feel like that's not too much to ask, right? That's not too much to ask, right? I don't think that's too much to ask, right? That's above my skill level. That's funny. All right, where were we? We've got to increase this capacity of this farm. We have too much fun around here. Oh gosh, this is my outlet. This is my outlet. What the heck? Who are you? Oh, you're Melon Guy. You're still alive? Wow, I'm so happy you're still alive. I'm so happy. Scar is in fact Obi-Wan. I mean, Obi-Wan is one of my favorite characters. One of my favorite characters. One of my favorites. Oh, by the way, can I get some experts in the chat here? Can I get some experts here? And Alexander, thank you so much for the guy sweatshirt. I thought this would work. You have the music maker, right? And then you have a block on it to make the music. But it's not working. Why is this not working? I'm so confused. Wait, you have to put redstone up here? I'm confused. Is this working? No clue? Yeah, I'm kind of in the no clue. It has to be a block under. They can't be on top. On top mutes it. Oh, that's a shame. Because I had this all set up with like funny notes and stuff. That makes Scar sad face. Much sadness. Much sadness. Oh well, we tried. Oh well, I tried. There we go. Sweet. Nice. That should increase the capacity a little bit, right? I think so. Yeah, I think so. I'm just looking at Obi-Wan up there. Oh, the trench coat scene. I'll never forgive it. I'll never forgive it. Never forgive. There we go. Sweet. Okay, so if we just open up this. Oh, why'd that scare me so much? Oh my gosh, that freaked me out. Oh my gosh, that freaked me out. Why did that scare me so much? Why did that scare me so much? I'm mildly embarrassed right now. Maybe a little more than mildly, but that's okay. That's fine. I don't know why that really freaked me out. Jeez Louise. Oh my gosh. Wait, check the Discord? Where do I check? What do I check? Oh, that's really good. That's really good with the hot guy above it. Oh, that's really good. Oh, I like that. Yeah, no, that straight up was a jump scare. Let's see. We need to get the rails in. I'm just trying to remember how to make this. So, oh no, you're broken. Now you're definitely broken more than you were. There we go. Sweet. Anyway, if you guys have any Q&A questions, go hashtag Q&A Scar if you have any Q&A questions. you've been wondering anything, if you have any questions, we will try to get to some if we can. Looking forward to KSP. Oh, Kerbal Space Program. Oh, yes, very much so. Very much so. I very much enjoyed the original. Played it quite a bit in the early years. Not so much in the later years. But yeah, really enjoyed it. Played a lot when it first came out. Really enjoyed it. Just joined. Why is there an Obi-Wan there? My camera broke, so we wanted to memorialize my least favorite scene in Star Wars of all time. Scar, do you see fan art on Instagram? I have to go search for it, which I often do, but I don't like. It's not like presented to me in the Discover tab, which is frustrating. It's frustrating because I've seen some of the absolute best fan art on Instagram, and I'm like, why can't I see this normally? Why do I want this? Give it to me, Instagram. Stop giving me this random garbage. I want to see this. But yeah, the best place, honestly, the best place to send fan art is either in Discord. Maybe we could even set up like a fan art channel. Like we have the art channel, but I want that for people just to post their general artwork. But maybe we have like a fan art channel where, you know, if you want to share your fan art or something like that in the Discord. But the best place really is Twitter. So that's the place I'll probably see it the most. So just like at me, and you know my stance on this. I get very frustrated when people don't at me fan art, and I have to go search for it on Twitter. I have to go search some kind of hashtag. I gotta search some kind of hashtag. Huh. You know, B-Dubs and I had this conversation before, which I totally get in some ways. Like some artists are like, you know, I'm still learning and this and that, and I just want to share it, but I don't want to share it to like a larger audience type of thing, which I totally get, but also never fear. We're very accepting. We love all artwork here. I love anything from a scribble scratch to a Monet. We're all accepting and loving of everybody's skill, because you got to start somewhere. You've got to learn, and the best way of doing it is practice, and sending it to me, because it helps me on bad days when I have no motivation. I see artwork and I'm like, I am ready to go. Q&A Scar, what is your favorite defunct, closed, removed Disney attraction? And that is the Rocket Rods. I really enjoyed the Rocket Rods when I was a kid. And the thing is, I like the base concept of it. I was like, this is fun. I enjoy it. But I remember, because I wanted to be an Imagineer, I spent like most of that winter like thinking about how to make it better. I was like adding like show scenes to like the dark tunnels and ways of maybe banking the track and stuff like that. And then they closed it down because they didn't bank the track and they broke the track, and now the ride is defunct and sad. So yeah. Scar, do you have a really good winter memory? It's snowing today. A winter memory? Oh, that's a wonderful question. Oh, wait, what was I getting here? Oh, I was getting track and buckets. I was so distracted. That's a good question. Winter memory. I know I've got some kind of memory. It has to be some kind of memory somewhere in my brain. I remember once it snowed on Christmas. That was really fun, because I always kind of like dreamed of having it snow on Christmas. It's always like, oh, that was in, I don't know, some kind of movie. And it was like, wouldn't that be fun if it snowed on Christmas? And then it did once, and it was like, that's amazing. That's amazing. Where I live, it doesn't really snow very often. We usually, on most years, we get like one snowstorm at best. So snow is kind of like an event. Where like I know some of you guys are like, that's an event that I'd rather not have. When I grew up in California, it snowed once in the Bay Area, and there was there were some small, tiny flakes that came down for about 5 minutes on the way to the VHS store. And I was so excited that when I got home, I was getting the sled. I was getting the sled out. I was putting on all the warmest clothes. I was ready for a full-on foot of snow, and I was super excited. And then yeah, that was it. That was it. Just the one little bit of snow. No more. Just that little tiny flake that appeared. And then the sadness kicked in when I realized I would be not sledding today. I would not be sledding. Scar, what is a not so well-known movie, TV show that you think everybody should watch? Cat Dog. MacGyver. MASH. I don't know. I can start just naming off random shows. I don't know. Okay, so these are the shows that got me through being on a ventilator. Star Trek Next Generation. Star Trek Voyager. Bonanza. MASH. MacGyver. You can tell I'm going through like the very obscure shows. Very obscure shows. Oh, MacGyver old. I don't even want to know if there's a new one, because every time that any recent memory of anything that they brought back that's been old to new has been kind of just trash. So it's like, no, old, 100%. MacGyver eating that ice cream cone on the intro. You can't. I didn't even know there was a new one, and I don't even want to know, because I know it's just a cash grab. It's like a creatively bankrupt cash grab, and they're like, let's find this old show that people liked from a long time ago and bring it back because we got no new ideas. I'm very cynical towards Hollywood these days. I've been burned too many times that I got way. I guess this is my issue. I used to get so excited when, you know, they were gonna bring back a show. It's like, it's gonna be amazing, and then it came back and it was terrible, and I'm like, never again will I fall for this. Let's see, maybe you could make a Scarland store? I'm confused. Let's see. Let me check with the chat. Let's see. What would you have done if you weren't a Minecraft YouTuber streamer? It's tough to say in my case, considering I am very disabled. So the question, I guess, lies: if I when I was 16, if I wouldn't have come down with what I did, what would I have done? Would I have became a YouTube streamer? I don't know. I don't know. I can say that everything I dreamed of as a kid was always to become an Imagineer. Also, so like everything I did, every single thing I did, everything I learned, everything I researched, everything pertained to learning everything I could about theme park operations, theme park design, storytelling, architecture, design, crowd flows, how to tell stories. Everything was dedicated towards, where's the water? Like, where is the water? There's water here. I need to add the water. So, hello? Are you? Okay, here we go. So everything was dedicated towards becoming an Imagineer. In later years, I really wanted to become, like, there was also a job I wanted, was the liaison between Pixar and Imagineering. That was also seemed like a really cool job. Also a storyboard artist for Pixar. I really love drawing in that form, like very scratchy, like just scratching out whatever like idea comes to your mind. That always appealed to me. So like a storyboard artist, like coming up with these storyboards just always seems super fun. So that was my dream. Like everything went towards it. Then I wanted to go to Cal Arts, and then I saw how much Cal Arts was, and I was like, oh my god. Oh my god. So yeah, YouTube came. YouTube kind of, it's funny about YouTube is that it's something just so organic. Just started it just to see what would happen. very strange time. And people kind of made fun of my Call of Duty videos. That's okay. I was like, I just like making them. Then I made some Minecraft videos. Nobody made fun of them. They actually liked them and were impressed by them. I'm like, oh, maybe I should make more of these. Can you show us your art? No, I'm way too self-conscious. Thank you. Thank you very much. I've showed it before. I've showed some of it. I am unfortunately very self-conscious with it. And it's why I try to like teach people not to be like me. Any chance when it comes to like a new artist, I try to teach them every way not to be like me. Do not be like me. Do not be like me. Do not be like me. That's actually a big thing I was thinking about actually last night, was when I started YouTube. This is so funny. I was thinking about this last night. When I started YouTube, I remember it was maybe a couple months before I started, but I remember I was watching a podcast with a bunch of YouTubers, and one of them was like, yeah, I think it's probably about closed at this point for new YouTubers. I think it's pretty full. That's right. Oh, yeah, if you're getting into it, it's a fool's errand. Nobody's going to watch your videos. The big guys are already here. We're taking up all the volume. Yep. I wouldn't even try it. Waste of time, waste of money. Yep. Don't even think about buying that Hotbox HDR PVR. No. And I was like, oh, that's sad. I remember I like genuinely like was kind of like sad. I was like, oh, I kind of wanted to do this. Oh wait, oh no, we need to go further. We must go further. And I remember just feeling like kind of like gutted a little bit listening to that. And then surprisingly, something like just clicked in my mind, and I was like, nah. Like I instantly just detected like the bullcrud of that statement and how just like destructive in some ways it is. And it's why like ever since I've ever started YouTube is that I always want to encourage people to do it, but realistically. I never want to just fill people full of sunshine and sunshine and say like everything's going to be amazing, because it is absolutely not. But I always want to like encourage people with a realistic sight, with a realistic vision of like what it's like and what you're in the store for. And never discourage somebody's like dreams of wanting to do something. You give people a realistic look at what things are. You never sugarcoat anything. You don't want to get people thinking something and then realizing another thing, and then they're like, man, because that's cruddy. You don't want that, right? But you never want to destroy somebody's dreams. Absolutely never. And especially after that, like when people like, I want to be a YouTuber or whatever, and it's like, I will tell you everything realistically. I'll tell you everything realistically, because I never want to discourage you, and I never want to mislead you, because there's too much in this world of like extremes of like, in this way of like, I'm going to tell you all the wonderful things, and I'm going to mislead you into thinking everything is great and wonderful, or I'm going to discourage your dreams and ruin them. Like those feel like the extremes of the world. Like I try to come in there as like a somewhat realistic, like this is an amazing thing. Here are the troubles and tribulations that can come with it, and just if this is what you want, this is what you should do. You should never listen to somebody say, oh, you can't do this for this and this reason. That's exactly what that person did. It's just absolutely insane. And think about this, that podcast was in 2009. 2010, never mind, 2010, right before I started YouTube. 2010. I didn't even think there was a YouTuber crossed over 1 million at that point. I'm not even entirely sure. There might have been, I'm not sure. But I would have a hard time envisioning somebody really over that much of 1 million. So I think this is set. I actually think this is done. I think we expanded the capacity. I think we did it. This is amazing. Sweet. Okay. Yeah, that's dated, right? Yeah, that is very much dated. I would love for you guys to guess what YouTuber that was. Oh, that YouTuber's still around. Oh boy. Hey, there's my block. I knew it was hiding there somewhere. Boom, done. All right, let me check with the chat. All right, let me see. The Wolf Plays Lives, thank you so much for the raid. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much and welcome, raiders. We're over here talking about how we don't discourage people doing YouTube or streaming, but we also want to make sure they fully understand what they're getting into. That's the best way you could teach somebody, is to teach them that. That's how I usually do it with people. No, the Pauls weren't around at all at that point. No. That's back in 2010. Pretty much the only game on YouTube was COD. It was Call of Duty, pretty much the only game. Okay, so we've increased capacity. Did I miss out on anything there? Did I miss out on anything? Smosh? No. Paul's were on Disney Channel? No. Really? What? Did I not plant the sugar cane? Oh, shoot. The most important part I have forgotten, apparently. They were on the Disney Channel? You're making me like fall off scaffolding because I've never heard this before. I'm not really like I don't really keep up with that type of stuff. So that's kind of I don't really know much about that crew. I just don't really stay in that lane on YouTube at all. So I'm just kind of shocked right now. I forgot the sugar. Oh, you're right. What in the world, Scar? Oh, because there wasn't any water in there. That's right. That is right. Beautiful. That's a huge new segment of sugarcane there. So that should boost the capacity of this farm by a significant amount. Sweet. Beautiful. Beautiful. Shelly just snored really, really loud. I don't know if you guys just heard that. Is there lighting? Oh, dude, you're right. You're right. What am I doing? Shaders reloaded. What am I? Man, I'm going insane today. I don't even know what I'm doing. There we go. Make sure that lightens up there. Beautiful. Nice and light and bright. That's the way we like it. Beautiful. Nice. All right, perfect. We increased capacity. Capacity has been increased. Nice. Beautiful. We did it. Anyway, let's see. What are you guys up to? Any more Q&A questions? Let's see. Q&A Scar. Will you consider fan-made covers of some of your videos? I would love to do it if you die. Fan-made cover. Wait. Consider fan-made art covers of some of your videos. You mean like attraction posters at Disneyland or movie posters? If that's what you mean, I'm not entirely sure, but I mean, you can't see it, but I am a huge fan of attraction posters or movie posters. You can't see it because Obi-Wan's trench coat's blocking it. Oh, like Doc's thumbnails with like the artwork on there. Yeah, that's like Doc's thing, you know, like, but you know, one time there was a piece of fan art. It might have been in the Hermit Zen, which I feel like never gets proper recognition. It's such incredible artwork. But there was a Hermit Zen, probably back maybe season 7, and I don't know who the artist was, and I've always meant to like try to figure out who it is to reach out to them to maybe commission them to do more of these pieces of art. So what they made was like a comic book look at my trip to the Nether via ScarX's like drill, and it was so cool. And it was just like this instant inspiration of like, what if somebody made those for like all of my seasons, and I sold, like, you know, commissioned them to like make them, and then, you know, like do those as like posters that people could get, something like that for their room. You know, put up like a poster of like season 8 or whatever in this like fantastic like comic book like style. And I was like, man, like, even if I didn't like, you know, like sell them, I just want them for my room. I just want them for my room. But I don't remember the artist. I need to go back and see if I can find that Hermit Zen. Like, I know I saved them, but it's in my artwork file, and that file's like 300 gigabytes. So I don't know what's in there. I saved it in there. But yeah, it is so cool. It was an amazing piece of artwork. And it was basically like in a comic book fashion. Like I was in my orange suit, Jelly was in her orange bio suit, and we were going through the nether, and it was in this really, really cool comic book style. And I was like, dang, that is freaking cool. And it inspired me to make like posters. And I thought like in my background, like have like those up there for all the different seasons. That'd be really cool. Anyway, if you ever know who that artist was that did the Hermit Zen of that way back in season 7, let the old Scar know. It's amazing. It was amazing. Anyway, let's see if we can turn the camera back on. I wonder if it'll turn back on. Let's give it a shot here, guys. Here we go. Here we go. Hey, guess who's under the trench coat? It's a hot guy. It's a hot guy. Awesome. He's back. He's back. All right, there we go. Good. I'm glad that that's set up because that farm was not producing as much. Oh, excuse me. Whew. That was not producing as much as I wanted it to. He's back with the Hawkeye sweatshirt. By the way, I know there were some questions about this shirt, particular one, so let me show it to you. The Hawkeye sweatshirt that I showed in my video had a small Hawkeye logo on the right side. This is the Hawkeye sweatshirt that will be coming, the bigger one, which I think is better because it's bigger, it's better. The other one was like a mistake because the acid wash t-shirt has the smaller logo on the side, and when they printed it, they just printed both of the same for my sample version, and then they sent out this additional sample version just to show that this is the Hawkeye one. This is the one that will ship. The nice big logo on the front. And so yeah, I just wanted to clarify because some people were asking, but that is the case. That will be the Hawkeye. That will be the Hawkeye sweatshirt. You think anybody in Louisiana has bought a Hawkeye sweatshirt so they can represent their state? There's no Hawkeyes in Louisiana. I'm just saying. There is a gas somewhere here. Oh, I was talking about this at the beginning of the stream. It was a t-shirt idea that I had. I thought at the end of the crossover, how funny would it be if we did a t-shirt run that just said, I survived the Hermageddon. I mean, that would be kind of funny, right? A little bit. I survived the Hermageddon. I think it'd be kind of funny a little bit. I survived the Hermageddon. I think of a lot of t-shirt ideas that never become reality. Like there's always ideas buzzing in here that never happen, but yeah, I think it would be kind of funny. All right, let me take a peek at this. So I obviously want more than that dripping out of this thing. So I'm gonna see if there's any more, and if there's not, I'm gonna start coloring some glass and see if we can increase. That's not a lot. This farm's, I should have made more cells maybe. I definitely, with this design, I definitely biased towards the design rather than the functionality of it. But then what did you expect from me? So. Get a few more glass bottles and then we shall work on that. Lag anyone? Is it? Oh my gosh, what is going on here? We got an issue. Red alert. Mr. Wolf, shields up, phaser ping set full. Photon torpedo, full spread. Wow, we are lagging. Wow, we're down to 93 kilobits. Still dead. We back? I'm still like in the gigabit range. Kilobit. I'm just watching this right now. Is this when we play like copyrighted music just for funsies? Is this when we play the Disney music? Is that how I do my last stream, where I just play a bunch of my favorite Disney music from the parks? I think it's potentially on my end, or maybe not. What I want to do is switch servers to a different Twitch server, but I can't while mid streaming. Okay, we're green. We're green, everybody. We are green. Is it back? Is it better quality? Are we in HD? I can't refresh anything while streaming. I think we're back. I don't know why I did that. Ah, now I'm knocking my ear off. I'm not convinced we're back. I'm not convinced. I'm just talking to myself right now. We are okay. In the chat. Can you see me in good quality? Like, is the screen okay? Like, I move around, it's not too pixelated. Can you hear me in good quality voice? Like, yes and yes on those. We're back. It's good. It's perfect. All right then. All right, where were we? I think we're getting some glass bottles. I love today's just the most casual stream imaginable. I'm having so much fun today. Just casual. We're just watching me mess with my hair. I just feel like this is like an old-fashioned stream and I'm loving it. Anyway, let me check with the chat here. How are we doing? We're 5x5. Ooh, I love it. Wonderful. Beautiful. You know, in Andor, yeah, I went back to Andor. You know, one of my favorite characters in Andor is the lieutenant. I think he was a lieutenant. Maybe he was a captain. Maybe he was a major. Could have been a colonel. Anyway, he was the guy at the bunker with Cash. He was the disaffected. Let's just call him an officer. I don't know what his rank was. He was my. He was one of my favorite characters. He was written so well. Haka. By the way, I forgot to mention this. I keep meaning to tweet this out, but I've been so busy with craziness. The merchandise will be gone. So we have about a week or a little bit more than a week left before the guaranteed shipping for Christmas is up. So it'll be available for about a little over a week left. So we're about a week or so. I think it ends on, I can say exactly, it ends on the 30th. So the last day to get guaranteed shipping for Christmas is the 30th. And then that will go away. This year we're pushing it a little more forward because I think last year and the year before when we did Mood Pop and we did Swaggin', those particular runs were a little deeper in Christmas and not everybody did receive. I think most of the cases, most people got it before Christmas. There's a few very isolated cases that didn't. And those were also the pandemic years when things were even more crazy. But this year it's a little bit more forward, so it's not so people have a better chance of getting before Christmas. So that's good. But yeah, any orders after that will not be guaranteed. Anyway, let me check my chat. Let's say this is my first stream I've caught, but I decided you were my favorite YouTuber since last life. Oh, Crops, thank you so much for that nice message. I would love to have another Last Life series, right? Ah, it'd be nice to have one of those. I mean, Green did say we were going to all meet up in real life and last man standing type of thing in real life. Not sure how that's going to go. We did say that. Real life lore. Real life Last Life. Let's see, Q&A Scar, would you ever consider bringing back old merch designs? Probably not, unless there was like a very like limited time thing of like go through the multiverse. I don't know. Probably not, because I always just look forward to what's next. Like, what's the next fun design I can come up with in my head? What's the next fun, design and thing that I want to do next? I don't think this is the block that you typically scaffold on. Okay, this isn't working out. This is not working out at all. That was an absolute failure. That is the worst scaffolding material ever next to actual scaffolding. Because as you know, scaffolding is... I just need one block. Just need one block. There we go. There we are. That should be a good amount of bottles in here for anything anybody needs these for. I'll probably add some more. I'll probably add some more later on, but I think this is a good amount. I think we can safely say that this will suffice. And the rest of those ones down there are the shears. The swaggin'. I've never. This is what actually genuinely bums me out. I've always wanted to see somebody wear one of my pieces of merchandise, like the Swaggin' or Moo Pop in real life. But then I have to remember that I don't go anywhere. So how would I have ever seen it? Like, how would I ever have seen it? How would I ever have seen it? Would I see it in the hospital? There we go. That's where I would have seen it. That's where I would see it. Team Dirt for scaffolding? Of course. Of course. I'll go to Disneyland and wear it. Awesome. Yeah, if you got... Okay, that's the thing. If you guys who have a Scar merch, if you ever go to Disneyland or Disney World, you wear it, okay? All right? And you tweet me a picture. You tweet me a picture, all right? All right, good. Good. Hermigeddon is looking good. Green did a fantastic job with this area down here where he got old Grumbot designed. I really like this. He did a fantastic job with this. Looks really good. Yeah, looks great. Would I ever consider doing another plushie? I know Rascal wants me to do another plushie of like a Scar plushie to go with Jelly. Maybe. I might. I mean, I like the Jelly plushie, and having another one. Oh, what in the world? Okay, this caught me off guard. This is so delightful. Oh, I love it so much. Joe must have logged out here. Anyway, yeah, I've considered it. I've considered it. Okay, anyway, let's get back to work. Let's get back to work. This has been Ultimate Chill Stream. I'm just enjoying talking with you guys. All right, let's see here. So we've got that down. We only have 3 of these blocks. Well, if we only have 3, we can always mix. Oh, we've got 11 now. Oh, by the way, I found ancient debris. Don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I got it. Wait, I thought I found more than one. Oh, I found 4 on Create. That's right. I'm confusing series together lately. Anyway, what are my thoughts on hairless cats? I don't know. They're fine. They're not like my favorite type of cat, but they're cool, I guess. Remember Mr. Bigglesworth? There we go. It's been so long since I've seen Austin Powers. The last time I saw it was when a Bulgarian gentleman stole our VHS of it and never saw it again. Never saw Austin Powers again after that. Would your plushie be as you in a wheelchair? I don't. Hey, look, it's working. You saw the little pieces there. I don't think so. I don't know. I never really considered that, honestly. Not entirely sure. But yes, the Bulgarian gentleman. That was so long ago. There was literally a VCH or VCR, whatever. OG Scar plushie skin. I mean, we're rocking the OG skin right now. I mean, some new people thought this was a cowboy skin for Cowboy Land. Little did they know it was the original skin. You're in a wheelchair? Never seen it. Can I talk about how sad I am about my wheelchair right now? It's been 2 years. I've been trying to get a new wheelchair for 2 years. 2 years. 2 years. And in the end, you boys only getting parts. It's so frustrating, honestly.
Moon bit attacked. X500. You should do a live stream of you hiking with the all-terrain wheelchair.
I would love to. But unfortunately, I've been very much stuck within the vicinity of my door. But yeah, I would love to sometime for sure. But yeah, unfortunately, so where we're at with the wheelchairs, you guys know I've been struggling with this for quite some time. Last year, I was unable to get it because of COVID. My physical therapy appointments kept getting canceled over and over again, and it just never happened. Plus, like, everything was so delayed, so it didn't happen. So then this year, we started the process in June. Once I hit my out-of-pocket maximum. So once I hit that, then it would be a little cheaper to get a wheelchair. No fundraiser. No, it's okay. Like, no, don't worry about that. I appreciate the thought, but it's cool. So it was June, and then I got the appointment. It was going to be a month later in July, and then it got delayed 2 months. And eventually in August, hey, did you see some of the pieces falling? Nice. So then in June, then in September, we finally had the appointment. We go to the appointment. The person who sized me for the wheelchair, they got there an hour late. So then the physical therapist had to, cut into her lunch break. Person's working hard all day, wanted to get a little break, get a snack, but she's like, nope, I'm gonna stay here and I'm gonna make sure this is right for you, which is honorable, very nice, appreciated, of course. Still wish the person could have got their lunch. So then we do that, right? We get it all set up, this and everything. They tell me, like, you can't get this, you can't get that, you can't get this, they don't allow this, this is gone, they don't make this anymore, insurance won't pay for this, yada yada yada. So we go through the process, whatever. And then it's 2 weeks later, we call back and we're like, yo, we haven't heard anything about the new wheelchair, the shower chair, and the lift. And they're like, well, nothing's been filed. So the person who sized me didn't file any of the paperwork. So like nothing. It was just like, we went to the appointment and it just went off into the abyss. And then we got another person came out at our house this time. They did it all again. They resized everything. And this time we had some information like, hey, we contacted insurance and they said, yes, there's no stipulation of, a titanium wheelchair or these parts not being applied, like the natural fit hand rims or any of these things. They're all fine. They're like, no, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, they were lying to you on the phone. That's like, okay. And this process just went on and on of like the middleman of the process. So it's like physical therapist, the people who size you for the wheelchair, and like insurance, and then the manufacturer. And it's like this whole process has been a nightmare of like calls, Zoom calls, appointments. And in the end, it's basically, I'm going to get some parts for my current wheelchair to kind of keep it going, because it's no joke that the wheelchair they were going to offer me was a downgrade over what I have. And it's like, the whole point of getting a new wheelchair was, one, this chair has so many broken parts on it. It made more sense to get a new wheelchair and hopefully in that process get a wheelchair that's light enough that I can then lift it again, because as of now, I could never lift this current chair. But if I were to get a titanium chair with some like lighter components and pieces, I might have a slightly higher independence level and more functionality by having the ability to lift it myself. And also it would help my parents not break their back lifting it. But as we all know, according to Medicare and according to health insurance, they do not care about the well-being of a caregiver. So that is an actual thing. Like the well-being or the comfort of a caregiver does not go into their decision making of a device. So in the end, my decision was that instead of get a wheelchair that is a downgrade on my current chair that gives me less functionality, I'm just going to try to make this chair work as long as possible by getting some new parts for it. It's a manual chair. It does have a smart drive on the back to give it like a little push. Give it a little push. So yeah, so we're gonna fix the casters in the front, which are broken. The brakes are broken. The cushion is like a rojo, so it like inflates, so it keeps like your pressure from your back off. That is broken, so they're gonna replace the back. The tires are on their absolute last legs. They hold air for about a week. About a week, and then they're gone. So they're gonna replace those. But all the parts are still in limbo. But what they do have is the lift in the shower chair. Those are finally been approved. And this was just insane. Like we're the middlemen, like the people who purchase the chair from the dealer, that middle person there said at one point that we were gonna have to fund the shower chair and the lift, because sometimes insurance will deny things after saying that they approve them. So to avoid our liability, you would need to pay for them up front. And when the time comes, you would be reimbursed by insurance. And it's like, oh, that's all fine and dandy when you consider, but then until you consider that the actual cost of the shower chair and the lift are upwards of $3,500. Like, we're just gonna pull out like $3,500 just out of the blue, like, boop, here we go. And it's the same thing they told me when I asked for like a titanium wheelchair and this and that. They're like, well, you could pay for it completely out of pocket, and insurance may come back and say, we'll approve this, this, and this, and then these parts are the parts that you would have to pay for. But and it's like, that's $6,000. Like, that's like, I don't know. It's so complicated. It's just such a mess. So when we made the decision just to get parts and stuff in the shower chair and the thing, they were supposed to deliver it last week. Instead, they called and they're like, problem is when we were unboxing the wheelchair, we broke it, the shower chair. So we had to order a new one. So I was just like, it just goes with everything, right? It's just, It's just an absolute disaster. It's just a disaster. It's just an absolute disaster. Rum soaked chicken coming in with 100 tickets aboard the Starship Good Times. Rum, that's amazing. Thank you so much for the support, Rum. That is beyond generous. That is absolutely. That is. I don't know. I think I've seen like 100 gifted one time. So like that's just incredible. So thank you, Rum, from the bottom of my heart. I very, very much appreciate that. And for everybody who was gifted a subscription from Rum, send Rum some hearts and some nice messages in the chat. And remember that you can join us on Discord, and of course, use those jelly emotes in the chat, and etc. So thank you so much. But yeah, it's just a process that has gone on for so long.
Now bit attacks. X1000.
Hey, on Twitch up. Thank you so much for the bits. Very much appreciated. But yeah, it's just such a frustrating thing. This is why I'm so like disenchanted with so many things in life right now, like the healthcare system and this. It's just like, man. That's why like Twitch and YouTube are like my one and only escape from the from this nonsense. I always said this before, like my number one job in life, or my real job in life, is just my healthcare, and it's 100% true. You like when you're chronically ill, and I know some of you out there can relate. Like your job is managing your health, and if you don't do that, then you'll just have a ton of issues if you're not constantly on top of this stuff. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. It's just become such a bureaucratic nightmare that it's hard to get anywhere. We really encountered that with my poor aunt, who recently passed away. Like, the amount of like bureaucratic nightmares, like some of that stuff. Just, one of the sad facts is that this is something my aunt said, is like, my aunt's like, I can, she's Native American. She's like, in like Native cultures and stuff like that, there's so much time goes into like mourning. Like, there's so much time goes into like the mourning process of like losing somebody. But like in Western society, it's like the second that happens, it's like, we got to get you the signed documents. We got to get you these bank systems moving. We got to sell this house. Like, it's like, do you give the person like 5 minutes to like mourn the loss of like a family member? It's like, she was so true on that. Like, I didn't even really realize it until she said it. I'm like, it's just so normal, I guess. Like, that you just have to start like filling out paperwork and this and this and that. There's no time to just like mourn somebody's death. I don't know. I wish some of that stuff would change in society or whatever. I wish some of that stuff would get better. Anyway. Yeah, right? Your mother-in-law, I'm so sorry to hear of her passing, but you're right. It's the worst set of bureaucracy ever. And, in my cynical brain, I think some of that's by design. Like, I think insurance, they put up a lot of fake roadblocks. Even though they might pay for something, they'll put up a couple of roadblocks to see if you blink, and then they don't have to pay for it in the end. But if you continue on, they'll approve it. But they like to put a couple of roadblocks in front of you just to see maybe if you're not willing to push them back a little bit, just a little bit. That's I joke that I like a good like conspiracy, but really that's the only conspiracy that I actually believe in, that insurance actually does that for realsies. That they actually do that. I'm pretty sure they do. I'm pretty sure. Scar for senator. The senator of the galaxy. Dude, if I was a politician, I would just be there and making fun of them the whole time. I would just make a mockery of them, making a mockery of our lives. It's like, really? You're gonna do that? Really? Real? How's that gonna help somebody? How's that gonna help somebody? How's that gonna help somebody struggling? Really? Is that gonna help somebody? Is that really gonna help somebody? No, they kicked me out. They kicked me out. Let's see. Johnny O'Dog, thank you so much for the 5 gifted subscriptions. Very much appreciated. And thank you for the 3-month subscription also. Very much appreciated. Very much. Okay, this is looking so much better. So much better. No, my entire time, if I was a politician, would be calling out politicians. They would kick me out. That looks great, right? I love that. Oh, finally my vision has come true with the draining of the honey out of the bottom. I like that. And it's actually functional. There's literally honey draining out of the bottom for realsies. I love it. I've been playing this game so long, but I still love it. I still love it. That's what's so crazy about Minecraft is I've been playing this game since 2010, but I still absolutely love it. And it never gets old. Like, yeah, there's sometimes like, oh, I don't know, maybe you need a little break, right? Everybody needs a little break every once in a while for even things they absolutely love. But it never gets old and it never gets boring. There's always something to discover. There's always something to create in this game. And that's like the beauty of this game so much is like the ability just to constantly create and like take things from your imagination and make the world your own. Because there's so many fun games, right? Red Dead Redemption, The Witcher. These are all like just incredible games. Some of my favorite games. But I can't really make those games my own. Or as Minecraft, I can make this game my own. Like this is mine. This is my little space here that I carved out and created. And have we reached capacity of the honeys? I didn't think we reached capacity yet. Interesting. But I think that's the beauty of Minecraft is that you know, we can play a narrative game and we can really love it and we can say best game ever, whatever. But we always come back to Minecraft. We always come back to Minecraft because Minecraft is our home because we made this our virtual home. Is he gonna go back in his honey house? No. Oh well, this just adds more like kinetic energy to the world. Oh, no. This is not an exit. This is not an exit. This is not an exit. Thank you very much. Thank you. Looking forward to building with bamboo blocks. They're coming in 1.20. They are coming in 1.20. I haven't really found an exact use yet for them, other than making like, well, actually I have thought of a use for one of them. I can't say it's a spoiler, Reese's. It's a spoiler. 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 Anyway, but yeah, that's what makes Minecraft special. It's a comfort game. That's true. And even people come and go, right? Like people come and go from Minecraft. They, you know, play for a little while, kind of put it on the back burner, but they always come back. They always come back. And a lot of times Minecraft's always branded as just a kid's game. But a lot of games that are just, what was that? Ah, it's an arrow. A lot of games that are just kind of like general games sometimes get branded at, and it's not even a bad thing. It's just a game that you're able to do whatever you want with. And then it definitely appeals, I think, to kids too, because kids have such an amazing imagination that they can create and see so many possibilities in Minecraft that even adults can't. Let's see, the stripped bamboo topside would be awesome as a doormat. Dude, that's a fantastic idea. That's a fantastic idea. My favorite block from 1.20 right now is the bamboo fence post. It reminds me of Adventureland at Disneyland, and I love it. And I can think of a lot of possibilities with that block. I'm excited about that one. I'm really excited about that one. I'm excited about that. I'm really excited about that one. Because it's, I don't know. Whenever I was a kid, there's certain little things at Disneyland that I always loved was like the bamboo in Adventureland. And for whatever reason, the pathway posts that are in Adventureland that are like wrapped with leather. I don't know why. The rockets are running low. The rockets are running low. They are indeed. But yeah, look at that. I think that's looking really sweet. I think that's looking really nice. I'm very much happy with that. And there we go. We fixed the farm. Fixed that. We didn't have to do the filters because Zuma did that for me, so I appreciate him for doing that. And there we go, guys. What a fun, chill stream. I absolutely had a blast today. I hope you guys did too. I needed a very chill stream, and that's exactly what I got today. So I hope you guys enjoyed my ramblings. And yeah, thank you guys so much for coming out. So here's the plan. So the plan for next week is hopefully get a create video out early week, and then I have a very strange video plan for empires that might not include that much building, because I have a weird plan, and I always feel weird if I don't build something in a video, but I also have a funny idea. So I think you guys will like it. It's a weird multiverse callback. Anyway, yeah, and hopefully we can do another stream later in the week now that I can actually log into Minecraft again. But yeah, guys, once again, thank you so much for coming out. Oh, by the way, anybody play that Oregon Trail game for the Switch? Anyone play that Oregon Trail game? I was looking at it, I wasn't sure. I want to know if it was good or not before I bought it or not. Did anybody play it? Did anybody play the Oregon Trail game? Let me know if it's good or not. Let me know. Anyway, yeah, but thank you guys so much for coming out. Thank you for the bits, the subscriptions, all of that is very much appreciated. Mods, couldn't do it without you. So yeah, thank you so very much. And let's find somebody out in the wonderful worlds of Twitch to raid, to say hi to. Who's out there? Who's out there? Who's out there? Oh, NASA Spaceflight's live. Oh, NASA Spaceflight's live. All right, let's go raid NASA Spaceflight. So NASA Spaceflight, independent group of YouTubers that put on just tremendous coverage of the progress at Boca Chica, progress at the Cape, a lot of educational videos and stuff like that. Just an absolute wonderful channel to learn about space, rockets, and all of that stuff that I talk about. Really great people. So maybe pop over there, tell them how they're amazing, great SLS coverage, and I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of the day, and goodbye.